Dear all participants, within a couple of minutes, we will start the session.
तो यहाँ यहाँ बंद है, यहाँ चालू। वहां से कर लो ना सर, तब बंद। वहां से देख लो ना। ये सब जॉइन करता हूँ।
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Audible,
all right.
audible, sir.
All
Sir,
right.
within a minute we will start, sir.
All
Within
right.
a
Okay.
minute we will start, sir.
Okay.
Give me a minute, sir.
Sure.
माइक ऑफ कर दीजिए।
Uh,
A very warm and wonderful welcome to all dignitaries, participants, and esteemed guests presented here today. This is day 2 and session number 3. To begin this session on an inspiring note, it is my privilege to introduce our distinguished global expert whose professional journey is truly very influence for us. Dr. Suresh Vishwakarma, Senior Engineer from Vancouver, Canada. Sir has significantly shaped power distribution, sustainability, practice, and utility operation in a multiple regions. My voice is audible to everyone. My voice is audible right now. Okay, a very warm and wonderful welcome to all dignitaries, participants, and esteemed guests presented today. This is session number 3, Atal FDP, Internet of Things, and AI in a healthcare, building the future of smart cities. To begin this session on an inspiring note, it is my privilege to introduce our distinguished global expert, Dr. Suresh Vishwakarma, Senior Engineer from Vancouver, Canada. Dr. Suresh Vishwakarma sir is a professional engineer in a British Columbia and chartered engineer in a UK, honored internationally for his contribution including the prestigious IET UK International Travel Awards. His academic accomplishment span to postdoctorate fellowship, a PhD in a power distribution, an MBA, and multiple advanced certification from the reputed global institution. With over 30 years of a rich experience, his professional footprint extended across the India, Canada, and abroad also. He has served in a key senior engineer role at BC Hydro, ZP, Richmond at a public utilities corporation as Seychelles, and currently at Vancouver, Canada. His leadership has significantly shaped power distribution, sustainability, practice, and utility operation in a multiple regions. Along with the industry excellence, Sir has been active coordinator to academia, serving as a honorary professor, adjacent faculty members, and the external evaluator in the various university, including India as well as the abroad. Today, we are truly honored to have such dynamic personality for us. Please, sir, I warm welcome to you, Dr. Suresh Vishwakarma, to start the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Javed, for such a warm welcome and warm introduction. I'm really privileged, and it is really my, I should say, I cannot express in words the kind of happiness I'm getting to be able to interact with the faculty members. And I believe that there are representatives from industries also in this FDP. And luckily, Jabalpur happens to be my hometown, and it gives me extreme pleasure when I'm interacting with the faculties from my home state and from my home country. Ladies and gentlemen, very first thing, please feel free to ask questions all along, because if you are not asking questions to me, I will believe that most of you are on your WhatsApp, you are sharing text messages, and you are, multitasking. So please feel free. I am not that kind of person that I will wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a hardcore academician. I am an industry professional. Okay. Second thing I wanted to tell that if any of you is a bit uncomfortable in asking questions or communicating in English, please feel free to communicate with me in Hindi also. I am equally fluent in Hindi also. So this is something I want you to share, that please feel free. I have been in this profession for almost 38 years now, and all along I was in academics also, and I was in industry also. If I may ask, are all of you working in academia world, or you are from industry also? Can I have an approximate? Maybe you can write in chat box. Is everyone from academia, from university or research institutions, or somebody is from uh, industry also? Maybe you can write in the chat box, I can read. Or feel free, you can step in and you can talk to me. Anyone from industry, yes or no? Javed, this chat function is not, has not been
Yeah,
enabled.
sir, we are accepting the chat in the question and answer session, sir. Question and answer session, question answer chat box is open for all, sir.
No, but can I have this information if everybody is from academia or somebody is from industry also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can just click on the question and answers chat box caption, sir. Sir, still we are not getting any response from the participant side, sir. If they are,
Okay,
then I will inform to you, sir.
all right. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Visual, sir. It is
Yeah,
okay, sir.
can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So once again, a very warm welcome to all the participants who are attending this session, and I am thankful to the management of Gyan Ganga College of Technology and the organizer of this 6-day online faculty development program. I am thankful to Dr. Lala. I am thankful to Dr. Javed. I am thankful to Dr. Santosh. I am thankful to Dr. Vimi. And on the top of that, I am thankful to the Mr. Jain, who I believe who leads the management team of Gyan Ganga Institute of Technology. Thanks once again for giving me this opportunity. Javed has already mentioned about me. Since I will be talking about sustainability, going along all the smart cities infrastructure, because these days smart cities, they are trying to be sustainable smart cities. And what is the difference between smart city and sustainable smart cities, that I'm going to talk about? Definitely I will be asking you that what exactly sustainability refers to. Here I just wanted to mention, when we talk about sustainability, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to blow my own trumpet, but what I want to tell, that your speaker of today, he completed his diploma in 1987, and since 1988, if you can see, The speaker of today started working and without any gap, continuously he has been working till today. That means as much as 30, almost 36 years. I 36, 37 years, whatever it is. And along during this career journey, your speaker of today, he has improved his qualification. Once again, I repeat, it is not something I'm going to blow my trumpet. What I wanted to mention that this is a sustainable practice. That means your qualification, your career, both are approaching sustainably without endangering any of the attributes. Maybe it is profession, maybe it is academia, maybe your social life, maybe your responsibility towards society, maybe your responsibility towards this planet. So this is one of the important feature I'm going to discuss while I'm talking about smart cities. All right. He has already told much about me, Javed, so I don't need to explain more. Ladies and gentlemen, today's agenda will include this, but will not be limited to these points. Definitely, I'm going to talk about smart cities. And I would like to know from you guys that what exactly is smart cities. And then we can come towards this healthcare system, remote patient monitoring, that topic that has been given to me to talk about telehealth, and then what is the difference, which is better, which is inferior, what are the advantages, what are the challenges, what are the bottlenecks, what should be the roadmap, and then lastly there will be concluding remarks. My friends, I have a bad habit of asking questions. Can somebody tell me what exactly smart cities are? Can somebody tell me what exactly smart cities are? My friend, I don't know. Or maybe you can improve my understanding on the concept of smart cities. I can see that there are as many as 125 participants attending. Can somebody educate me a little bit, or give me a deeper understanding about smart cities? You want to talk? Most welcome. You want to write? Most welcome. Anyone? You can even write in this question and answer. No, there is a chat box, I believe. Javed, did you get any response from anyone? Has anyone written what exactly
Uh,
smart
s-
cities?
yes, yes, sir. Many participants are writing the smart city means that the automation, new technologies, very good healthcare, and use the digital things, ICT technologies like that, sir. Collect the data between the infrastructure.
Ladies and gentlemen, very first thing, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and sharing your inputs. But I believe,
Sir,
yes,
sir,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
smart,
Yeah,
yeah.
please go on.
Sir, smart city basically, according to me, is how you can have smart living in a city by using information and communication technology like ICT. How
Okay.
you can make a
If I may
living
ask,
better.
okay, if I may ask, are you a faculty member in ICT, or you are an industry professional? Would you like to introduce yourself in one sentence only?
Yeah.
You are from academia or
Sir,
you are from industry? Yeah.
I have industrial experience, and also presently I'm professor in computer science and business system. I'm heading the branch. And
All right.
regarding ICT, sir, I do have experience in working with ICT and
All
teaching
right.
subjects like e-governance.
Yes. Thank you very much. Nice to know about you. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, this is the irony. Whenever we talk about smart cities, everybody starts talking about ICT, information, communication, technology, that there are remote sensing equipment, there are tall buildings, there are machine equipment, there are buildings or infrastructure which are well equipped with electronic features, electronic gadgets, there is monitoring system, there is
Sir,
all this that. Yes,
sir,
somebody
may
saying
I
something.
answer?
Yeah,
Yes,
please
sir.
go
Good
ahead.
evening, sir.
Yeah, your name.
Good evening, sir.
I will
Doc,
appreciate if you share your
ma
name and you
yes.
share your affiliation in one sentence only.
Okay, sir. Okay, I am Dr. Nidhi Mishra. I am working as an assistant professor in engineering college. I am from electrical engineering branch.
Very
So
good.
I would like to answer your question. First, what do you mean by smart? Smart means intelligent system, decision making system. So if you are knowing about the smart cities, it means whenever the things are required
Hmm.
intelligently, we can use.
Hmm.
मतलब it should be power of decision making.
Right. So basically, we are just around, we are revolving around ICT, we are revolving around technology. Am I correct? So
Yes.
far, the two opinions actually, I appreciate. Very first thing, thank you very much for both to both of you who have actually shared your experience. Apart from technology, is there anything else that should be smart enough in the smart cities? Apart from technology, yes, you have thrown all the technology. Very good. Apart from that,
Sir,
is there any?
basically,
Yes,
sir, may I add something?
please.
Sir, if we are using the technology or digital system to address a common human problem in the society,
Yes.
so then we say we are planning for a smart city. If
All
something innovation or something new we are introducing to make a lifestyle of a human being better, that is a smart city by making use of technology.
okay, okay. Very good. Once
Sir, may
again.
I?
Yeah, please, please, please.
Sir, first of all, I introduce myself, Professor Hitesh Parmar from Saliter Sal Education System, Ahmedabad.
Very good.
Uh,
Yeah,
According to me, sir, suppose a thing which can be learned from its past experience. Okay,
yeah,
suppose
yes.
talking about smart garbage system.
Very
Okay,
good.
suppose talking about automation of traffic rule break, something like that. Okay,
Very good. Yeah.
suppose check the quality of our water in automatically. So if we are collecting those things together, okay, then we can say that we will have something smart stuff with us.
All right. Now, my question to all three respondents, two ladies and this gentleman, if suppose using technology, if I am creating a lot of wastage, a lot of garbage, a lot of pollution, a lot of pollution in different forms, all right, and I am basically impeding the growth of the coming generation. I need a lot of money from my regulators, from government and everybody just to run the system, huge expenses, because government also has got a limited expense. So there are multiple factors what I told that I am creating, I am basically contributing a lot to, I am basically polluting. I am emitting carbon. I am endangering the air quality. I am impeding the growth of the young generation. All right. I am spending a huge money as compared to the normal towns and normal cities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tell me something. Is that kind of city still a smart city? And definitely it has got all technologies, whatever this madam told, that there are sensors, there are monitoring system, there is traffic management system. This gentleman said everything. My single question, if I am causing more harm just to have a quality life or just to have so much of technology, but at the sake of a lot of things, and that is not friendly, that is not economics friendly, that is not young generation friendly, and that is not environmentally friendly either. Do you still call that city as a smart city?
No, sir. The
Why?
solution should
No,
be
sir. No, sir.
sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Go ahead. Why? Why? Just now you only explained, and then I'm throwing all those technology, sensors, smart management, whatever you all three respondent told me, I have already put this, and this is what that came from you only. So I have put everything, but now I am creating, I am endangering a lot of things. Why it is not a smart city?
Sir, I said like we are addressing a problem. It should not create another problem.
Very
Well,
good. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, please go ahead. And
yeah, that's it, sir. We want to hear from you. Actually, you have highlighted the point of sustainability and how to
exactly.
restore or keep
All
our
right.
system.
Okay. I can see one gentleman has raised hand and his name is unverified. Oh, my friend, okay, please unmute yourself and I believe that you want to say something. Please go ahead before I revert back to this lady professor whom I'm talking to. Nothing? Okay. Now, madam, just now you spoke something sustainability. Just now you spoke. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Please, can you please tell me what sustainability is? What is sustainability?
Sir, may I speak?
Please, please, please. In fact, I want to make this session interactive. Please go ahead. I want to hear more from you because I am here
Sir,
to share. I am not a professor. I am not going to teach you. In fact, I am sharing my industry experience as far as it
Sir,
relates to smart city. Yeah,
sustainability.
please. Yes. Chalo. Yeah,
sir,
please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sustainability. Like,
sustainability is sorry,
Yeah,
ma'am.
please. Yeah.
yeah, please go ahead.
Sus
I'll answer later. आप
Yeah,
बताइए,
please go ahead.
please.
According to me, sustainability is using the resources in such a way that they are available for the present and also for the future generation.
Very good. I know. Sorry to, but I can judge that you have read this from somewhere, but I still
No, sir, I
appreciate you.
teach this
Not a
subject,
problem.
that is.
Very
No,
good.
sir.
Okay. No problems. It is very good. I can give you 99 out of 100 because you have missed only one thing which I am going to share. All right. Okay. Sustainability, just now you said that it is how we use it. So if I give a multiple choice question, that is sustainability a science, is sustainability a technology, is sustainability an art, or is sustainability a goal? What is
Goal.
sustainability? Goal.
It's
What
a
kind
goal
of goal?
Sustainability is a goal. It's a
What?
goal.
Okay. It is goal for whom? It is a goal for
for all
whom?
human beings. It's all for human
Excellent.
beings.
Excellent. Now I can give you the last mark also. Now I can give you 100 out of 100. Ladies and gentlemen, sustainability is a societal goal. So until and unless societal goal sustainability is embedded into smart cities cannot be smart cities because you cannot step on somebody's toes just to rise for yourself only. You have to ensure that our practices, our smart city is sustainable. All right. Now, just now she mentioned sustainability, that the way we use it. Okay. Sustainability has got three pillars. First is environment. Second is economy. And third is that it should be friendly to the younger generation or the coming generation. So smart cities, whatever way we have developed, we have to ensure that none of the practices, none of the technology, none of the system, none of the features, anything that must not endanger the environment, number one. And secondly, it should be contributive to economy. It should not be a burden on our economy because we should be using all the technologies efficiently and our productivity should go up. Well, we have invested some money, so basically it should be a contributor to economy. And finally, whatever we are doing, until and unless it is supportive to our coming generation, it is not that I eat up all the food and I don't leave everything behind for my son, for my daughter, and for my grandchildren. I need to ensure that whatever food is there, it should be good enough. Apart from me, there should be enough food left for my younger generation. So what I want to say, that it should develop promotional prospects for the coming generation to come. Until and unless we have not ensured enough prospects and prosperity for our younger generation, that practice is not sustainable. And all these three pillars of sustainability, if they are not embedded in the smart cities, your smart city is no longer a smart city. Can somebody challenge me, or can somebody, or does anyone have a question, or do you believe that I'm something off track or I'm missing something? I will be more than happy to accept your suggestions. Anyone? You agree with me? Or if
Sir, may I?
anyone, you please go ahead.
Sir, it is practically possible that we can get three pillars simultaneously.
Yes. And we have to ensure, then only you can say that it is a sustainable practice. You go to the United Nations website and you will find that there are as many as 17 sustainability development goals, and each of the goal, some or other way, it contributes to all these three pillars. It can be smart education, it can be smart clean energy, it can be good education for all. It should be a it will be a you go to sustainable, because I don't want to distract from the topic because the time is limited. But we, until
Okay.
unless we ensure that all three pillars are addressed adequately, your practice is not sustainable. And if you are not sustainable, that means you are not smart. Is that correct?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Anyone, my friend, please feel free to challenge me.
Sir, your voice, sir, your voice, sir, your voice is not audible and screen is also not moving, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible and your no, sir, your voice is not audible, sir, and your screen is also not moving, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay,
Yes,
my
sir.
friend, I am sorry. This technology, sometimes it is painful. I don't know what happened. And somehow it was broken. But I believe now you can see me and you can listen to me. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, could you share your screen, please, sir?
Yeah. I'm going. But just before that, up till now, whatever we have discussed, does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question? We spoke about smart cities, we spoke about sustainability, then we spoke about integrating sustainability into smart cities to make sure that we are following smart practices. Does anyone have any question, any concern, or is there anything where you do not agree with me? I am more than happy to discuss that. Before we go to the heart of our session, which is telehealth and remote patient monitoring.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Please. Yeah, 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 ask me.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but
No
sir, I'm
problem. Welcome.
totally agree with that. Economical friendly, I'm
Yeah.
agree. Okay, then environment friendly, I'm agree. But youth friendly, sir, it is not digestible for me, sir,
Okay.
because human nature is different in each and every era, sir.
Yeah.
So how we can say that sustainability has a the major component as a pillar, okay, for a youth,
Okay. Here I would like to
sir.
explain that see, our policies and our
Mm,
practices should
mm,
be in a way that we should must not exhaust all the resources. Just now
okay,
I gave you a classic example. If suppose in my home I am there, I have got my son, I have got my grandchildren also. And if there is a food, limited food, as on today's date, and it is getting recouped every, okay. So I have to ensure that very first thing, if today I am eating something, I must ensure that my son and my grandchildren are also able to eat today. Number one. Number two, I must create such a situation that I am able to earn for tomorrow also, and not only for me, for my children and for my grandchildren also. Number three, I must also educate and equip my son and my grandchildren to be able to take over once I am no longer in this on this planet. So it is the smart practice. When I say for future generation, that means I am not talking about anybody, any individual's mentality, his thinking, his thoughts. You cannot please everybody. You cannot always work for the entire community, but our efforts, our policy, our aim, and our mission should be that it should have enough scope and enough opportunities and enough resilience for adaptability for the coming generation to move that technology, to move that productivity, to move that practices, procedures further, and that also with a scope of further improvement. That is something I am talking about. I am not saying that I'm here to please everyone. No, our policy should be that it should be sustainable. It should always continue. I should not exhaust all the resources. Like there are limited fossil fuel. If I dry up all the fossil fuel, what my grandchildren or great grandchildren are going to use to generate electricity to have their crops and other things. So what I need to do, I have to have innovate in renewable energy technology, clean energy, all such things, so that tomorrow if my fossil fuel they dry up, they are exhausted, still there are technologies in place where my future generation can sustain, can live, and then they can maintain their quality of life. This is what I was saying. So have I answered your question?
sir. But whatever you said, your last point is regarding, I think so, reduce, reuse, repurpose, recycle, and something like that. Okay, sir.
It there should be a continuance. I want to say that there must not be full stop. Whatever practices, whatever technology, whatever growth, productivity, that should always go up. All right, and our future generation should be able to adapt, and they should be able to take it further, so that
Okay.
there is enough scope for them for their sustainability, and they also have the equal responsibility that they should also be caring for the coming their coming generation, next generation. This I want to
Okay.
say. Okay, if you want, because for the sake of time, I cannot cannot dive deeper. You go on United Nations website, and then they will explain you that why we are focusing out toward future generation. That is one of the strongest pillar. All right,
No, no, sir.
but I appreciate your question. I appreciate your question. The way you are asking and the way you are thinking is absolutely correct. Maybe if you have further any question, you have any further question, you can send an email to the conference organizer, and then I will answer your question. I promise that whatever question comes to me, I'm going to answer each of them. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have already spent quite some time. So smart cities, I'm not going to read everything, whatever there is on the slide, because this presentation will be shared with you. But as it is mentioned that we use technology, we leverage technology, we stimulate inclusive growth, and we create a personalized and seem like, okay, this is the last topic of our focusing on today's discussion. But what I want to say, stimulate inclusive growth, promote social inclusion, decrease traffic congestion, combat crimes, improve resilience during natural disasters. And then you can see number two, that we have to reduce environmental impact, and then we have to enhance quality of life. When I say quality of life, I'm straight away referring to make sure that our future generation are also able to enjoy the same quality of life, in fact a better quality of life, as we progress further. That is called sustainable. So these days the smart cities, the concept has changed. Now they have become sustainable smart cities. It is not only limited to build concrete jungles and to put all the technologies and put artificial intelligence, communication, blah, 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 blah. Yes, but we still need to look after the society and creating a personalized and seamless healthcare experience by robust communication network, data integration, and artificial intelligence driven insight. This is something we are going to talk about today. All right. So again, but we have to make sure that there are minimal carbon footprints. There should be minimum waste. And if there is waste, we try to explore technologies that we can reuse or recycle our waste. All right. These days, there is no longer the concept of cradle to grave. Now, there is concept of cradle to cradle. That means 100% recyclable. 100% recyclable. All right. So now let us progress further. How do smart cities do that? These two ladies, professor, and this gentleman, two gentlemen, they have already explained that we embed technologies. All right, we embed system, we embed traffic management system, we embed transportation system. Yes, all these things are done. All right, but there must be some key players also. Okay, which we are going to talk about. When we say smart cities, that we focus on green buildings, which are actually energy efficient designs with renewable energy sources and reduce consumption and emission. Again, we are repeating that we have to focus that our carbon emissions are low as possible, because otherwise that is going to impact our ozone layer. And if the ozone layer depletes, what is going to happen? The sea level is going to increase, and the temperature of the globe, above the entire planet, that is going to go up. All right. The icebergs at our north pole and south pole, they are going to melt. There will be more inflow of water. When the sea temperature goes up, it is going to endanger the marine life. So we are not here just to secure human life, we are equally responsible to secure marine life, bird life, wildlife. That is also our responsibility. There must be, okay, can everyone please mute their mic in case there is any background voice or there is any kind of disturbance. There must be resilient water system. This gentleman just now shared an example. Yes, we have to ensure that there should be monitoring of any leakage, and monitoring and the irrigation water is also optimally used. We are going to, there is a concept of green agriculture. There should be a flood resilient design in our smart infrastructure. These all are included in smart cities. There should be data driven climate monitoring. There are just now this lady professor mentioned that we have to have IoT sensors, we have to collect data collection, predictive analytics, proactive responses, all these things they fall. We have to be a little bit quicker. That's why so that we can talk more about the hardcore of today's discussion. When we say smart cities, we need to ensure that we plant enough trees to mitigate heat island effect and improve quality. That is also something that is required in smart cities. Don't just try to build concrete infrastructure with all the technologies embedded in it. There must be green roof, the way it has been shown here, that create rooftop gardens to enhance biodiversity and reduce energy consumption. That we have to look after eco diversity also. We have to look after biodiversity also. We have to expand our green spaces to reduce flood risk and provide community benefits. There must be, when we talk about, because one lady told that she is from electrical engineering, probably she knows better. I am also luckily from electrical engineering background. We need to have smart grids, adopt decentralized system, integrating renewable energy resources. We have to have microgrids that enhance power supply resilience during extreme weather events. Even in Canada also, where I am living, there every year we are getting wildfires, every year we are getting floods, every year we are getting droughts in some part of Canada. North America or USA situation is same. So don't think only the don't think that the problems are there only in the developing country. No, my friends, the problems are equally there. In fact, the problems are grave there in the first world countries. We have to ensure that we have to invest in the energy storage system. Maybe it is in the forms of battery, maybe it is in the form of hydrogen. Okay, we have to balance renewable energy supply and demand, because we cannot depend on fossil fuel for a long time. Just now I mentioned that there is a concept of cradle to cradle now, which is called circular economy. So there should be a circular economy and there should be waste management. This gentleman just now mentioned, even our organic waste, we need to convert that into energy or to compost to reduce emission. We can reuse that. We have to promote circular economy practices to reduce environmental impact, so that there is no wastage at all as far as possible. We have to implement IoT enabled bins to optimize collection and improve recycling. That is another way that how we can reuse our waste also into productivity. So there are key players in smart cities. For the sake of time, all right, I think we have already spent quite some time. So we have to be fast. In any smart cities, all right, we use technologies as mentioned here to improve urban management by optimally using natural resources to minimize environmental footprint. And if you can see, I have written sustainable smart cities meeting the challenges of urbanization in the 21st century. Why? Very first thing, why the hell we need smart cities? Why do we need? Are the normal cities not good enough? In the past, there were no smart cities. But why the concept of smart cities has come? Just to meet the challenge of challenges of urbanization, because everybody, okay, most of the people, okay, they try to migrate from rural areas, remote areas to cities for to to look green pastures, to have better employment opportunities, to have better education, to have better quality of life, everything. So that is called urban management. So to ensure that, there are several key players. There are 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi service providers. There must be communication infrastructure providers. There must be semiconductor manufacturers, software companies, cloud storage companies, cyber security companies providing building management system, and then companies providing smart healthcare outside of traditional setting, connecting patients, service providers, and data for improved outcomes and efficiency and accessibility, which is the topic of today. Can we proceed further, or you have any question? Yes, friends, can we proceed?
Yes, sir. No questions.
So let us start moving towards healthcare challenges. All right. Their data-driven approaches, they improve accessibility and efficiency, optimize resource allocation, and enhance patient outcomes. The target remains that our health care challenges, especially for senior citizens, for people with some sort of limited ability, I don't say disability, with limited abilities, or those who are challenged with some or other kind of, they have some or other kind of challenges to be able to live a quality life. So those particular target groups need to be looked into. network sensors, wearable devices, smart home medical devices, they all collect real-time patient data using IoT and biometric sensor. I know that many of you are hardcore IoT and machine learning, artificial intelligence experts. They know better that how this IoT and biometric sensors are being used, how machine learning algorithms they are being developed to get the most efficient process, the recipe, the recipe of processes. We have to ensure that there is timely disease diagnosis, personalized treatment plan, and predictive health analytics that can be done by artificial intelligence and big data analytics. There must be robust connectivity and processing for e-health solution using 5G cloud computing platform. All this we require a smart digital infrastructure. And then on the top of that, we have to ensure that the cost always remain within the limits of the end user. Reduced cost by streamlined processes, optimized resource use, and focused preventive care through smart health solution. This is what we are going to talk further in the coming slides. So the topic that has been given to me is remote patient monitoring and telehealth. Ladies and gentlemen, can somebody tell me what is the difference between telehealth and remote patient monitoring? This topic Javed has given me for today because I have a different thought about it. But before I share my thoughts, can somebody tell me that this remote patient monitoring and telehealth, are they totally separate or they are interconnected, they are interrelated, or they are complement to each other, something like that? Can somebody share some thoughts?
Excuse me, sir.
Please, your name and your affiliation.
Yeah, my name is Professor Shailesh Khaparkar.
Okay,
I am from Gyan Ganga Institute of Technology and Sciences, Jabalpur.
okay.
So, a very interesting question asked by you. What is the difference between telehealth and remote patient monitoring?
Mm.
So, sir, telehealth and remote patient monitoring, I think both are similar words, both are similar technology. In telehealth, we use the communication and these digital gadgets to access the health of the patient remotely, and both are similar one. In telehealth particularly, we'll take the case studies. So we can use telehealth for the monitoring of cardiac patient and other who are chronic patients. They required continuous monitoring. So in that case, we can monitor the patient remotely by the telehealth services.
Very good. Very
Am I
good.
right, sir?
Yeah, absolutely correct. So
And
if I, yeah, yeah.
remote patient monitoring again similar to telehealth. Again, in remote patient monitoring, we can use like you said, and we can monitor different vital signs of the patient remotely. And we can take one, server, that is the medical server or healthcare server, and we can monitor the data of the patient, and according to that we can make positive feedback system. If any say abnormal vitals are coming, then a doctor can take appropriate action for the particular patient by the telehealth services.
Okay, gentlemen, can I say that remote patient monitoring is a subset of e-health, telehealth?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
it is
say
a
that?
subset. Yeah,
Can I
yes,
say that?
exactly, exactly.
Does anyone disagree with me? Does anyone disagree with me? Or
No, no,
can
sir.
somebody share some more thoughts?
So can we hear your what you said once again, please, sir?
Can I say confidently, based on the narration given by this gentleman, can I confidently say that remote patient monitoring is a subset of telehealth, or it falls within the umbrella of telehealth?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes
yes,
or no?
yes.
No. Does any can? Does anyone have a different opinion? Does anyone disagree that remote patient monitoring is totally different and it doesn't fall within telehealth? Can somebody or does anyone have that kind of opinion? I will appreciate if some more thoughts are shared with me. अरे हिंदी में पूछते हैं कि जो रिमोट पेशेंट मॉनिटरिंग है क्या ये टेली हेल्थ का ही एक हिस्सा है या अलग चीज है? अब हिंदी में ही जवाब दे दो.
मैंने तो अपने थॉट्स दे दिए सर.
Sorry?
Sir, it's a part of telehealth.
All right. So everybody agrees that remote patient monitoring falls within telehealth. Is that correct? I can see 181 attendees are there, but I don't know how come I am just getting feedback from a handful of attendees only, and probably few are repeatedly they are answering. I appreciate, but I will appreciate that there is feedback from others also. Okay, ladies and
So
gentlemen,
this
let
is
us proceed
Sujata.
further. हाँ
This
बेटा
is
हाँ yeah
Sujata,
please yeah Sujata, you are
assistant
academician
professor of
or
academician.
you are an
I do that,
academician from where?
yeah, I say that I'm from Chennai, Agni
Okay,
College of Technology.
okay,
I'm an assistant professor in the computer science and engineering department.
good.
I say that this telehealth comes into your remote patient monitoring. Rather than remote patient monitoring comes into telehealth. So telehealth becomes a subset of this remote patient monitoring. Because when it comes to telehealth, I feel that a patient could connect with the service. I mean, with the other to the other end where a service is provided. Whereas when it comes to remote patient monitoring, we'll be having all the datas. We'll be having all the data related to the concerned patient. So a better service can be provided.
Okay. So if I have understood correctly, lady professor, you are saying that telehealth is actually a subset of remote patient monitoring. So that means telehealth involves only monitoring procedures. It only monitors, but there is no facility or no provision or no extended plan to have virtual consultation. Maybe it is audio or maybe it is video. There is no system to store patient's information, to analyze that information. There is no such provision to ensure that services reach the need of people who are based in remote areas, and there are no such system where people who cannot be treated beyond a certain point, who cannot be treated virtually beyond a certain point, so the system will not allow logistic or enforcing logistic to bring them in person to the nearest facility based on their past record or based on the frequency or their health pattern or any whatever the complication of their problem. Am I missing something?
Exactly, sir.
Hmm.
Because I would like to share a thing. We had students participating in the Smart India Hackathon. So
Hmm.
one of the teams they were given with this particular problem where I don't remember the name of the place. It was somewhere in the North India near Punjab or something, where the doctors are not ready to go and serve the people in the interior places.
Hmm.
So these fellows they gave an idea of this remote patient monitoring so that they could have a kiosk at the panchayat officers in the villages and they could serve them. The doctors can stay away and they can serve through this
Hmm. Hmm.
the service
All right.
through the
Okay,
system.
now, okay,
Yeah,
okay, now, Professor, once again, I appreciate your thoughts and with my all respects and
thank you.
regards to your opinion, suppose if you are sick and you are at a remote location and I am able to monitor you, but I am not able to action on the observations which are being collected by monitoring you. Do you think that I am still able to close the loop or I am not? Because if I just monitor you and if I see that you are not on the right track and then you require further procedures, and by just monitoring, all right, that is not going to help until and unless I am going to analyze your information, I am going to action on the information, and I have to initiate necessary mitigating measures or further investigations which might require an in-person attendance. So, will that be a comfortable situation saying that telehealth is a subset of remote patient monitoring? Because here you are simply
No,
able to
no.
monitor, but just this is what
Yes,
you
yes,
this is what you said, that monitoring,
yes.
actually telehealth
Sir,
is a subset.
sir,
I believe it is other way around unless somebody else has got a different opinion. Yes, gentlemen, please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, you said about the telemedicine because remote patient monitoring is only a monitoring, and
Exactly.
telemedicine is a remote patient monitoring along with 360-degree feedback. I mean, interaction between
Exactly.
patient and doctor in real time.
All right. Any more thoughts? And I believe
I agree now. I agree
Pro,
now.
Professor, you agree with me now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
No,
yes.
yeah, that lady professor from Chennai.
Yes. I agree. I
All
agree.
right.
Actually, I was thinking of the remote patient monitoring. I thought of that. The other thing also comes into, but now with the
Sure,
I'm
sure.
clear that this comes into
Okay.
telehealth.
All
Yeah, thank
right.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Since you are from
Yes.
Chennai, I would like to share that my birthplace is also Chennai. I was
Oh,
born in Gindi. All
oh,
right.
fine,
Very
fine, fine.
very long ago. All right. Okay. Yes, gentlemen.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
appreciate with you. Yeah, thanks again. Okay, I appreciate with you. All right. So now this remote patient monitoring, again, I'm not going to read everything. And if you can see in the image also, all right, it offers ways for healthcare practitioners to gather real time information on patients' physiological conditions. All right. It is basically it is when you go at the policy level, it is a strategy that offers a way for clinicians to observe patients' parameters remotely and to intervene if abnormality appears, and that is where your telehealth comes into the picture. Okay, intervention is required, that if I see that somebody is cheating or somebody is doing bad thing, somebody is okay doing crime, until and unless I am going to catch hold of that guy and stop that abuse or stop that nonsense or stop that crime, then there is no point of monitoring. I must be able to action also. So similarly the scenario with the remote patient monitoring and telehealth, and definitely it is a cost saving care technology that allows patient to be at home instead of being at costly nursing home and hospitals and everything. You know how expensive these days. The moment you step into any hospital, money flows like anything. All right, and even healthcare practitioners, they recognize this remote patient monitoring as an increasingly relevant tool for patient care, and many find it acceptable for their practice. Okay, going forward, we are going to share the discuss the challenges also. All right. These are the examples of remote patient monitoring. Just now we have already mentioned, all right, that there are smart scales, a digital thermometer, wearable sensors, blood pressure cuff, ECG patches, Holter monitor, event monitors, pulse oximeter, smart spirometer, peak flow meters, fetal monitors, especially for pregnant women, maternal and prenatal care. All right, diabetes management, glucometer, continuous glucose monitor, and all these things. These are the example of remote patient monitoring. These are few examples. There is further a long catalog of this, and every day more technologies are coming up. Lot of companies, Siemens, GE, Schneider, they have entered into medical electronics, and every day you will find that they are venturing into new technologies they are developing, all right, for to improve the healthcare management system. Here are few examples. Okay, since I am from Canada and this Fraser Health Authority, it is the biggest health agency operating in British Columbia, where I have been living for the last 13 years. So the care teams virtually monitor your health conditions while you are at home. See, this is a snapshot taken from Fraser Health. This is the example of United Arab Emirates. This Ministry of Health, Okay, they have launched a smart application for AI based remote patient monitoring. This NHS England, they also have got support caring with remote monitoring. This nation, all right, it is from Thailand. You will find that Thailand launches care camera for remote patient care. Saskatchewan, this is one of the neighboring province of British Columbia province in Canada. They also have remote patient monitoring, and it is an interactive virtual clinician patient platform that enables patients information electronically with their provider. And this is something I believe this is, yeah, this is from Australia. You see, AU. They also have remote patient monitoring, and it is a system that allows healthcare professional to assess, monitor, and care for person virtually. Why I have shared example of all the continents, just to mention that globally at all the continents, RPM, remote patient monitoring is being used worldwide now everywhere. All right. So now let us solve what is telehealth and is it different from RPM? I believe we have already discussed this. Unless somebody wants to share some more thoughts, we can proceed further. But ladies and gentlemen, please feel free, because I really get boosted up when there are questions or when there are opinions and thoughts from the audience or from the attendees. Does anyone have anything? What is telehealth and is it different from RPM? Does anyone want to share any more thoughts on this? Anyone? Please go ahead. Anyone? My friends, can I proceed further? Can I proceed further?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Please
All right.
proceed further.
So this telehealth, again, I'm not going to read everything. This telehealth, it is actually a use of digital information and communication technologies to access healthcare services remotely and manage our health. Mind it, here we are not just monitoring. All right. We are accessing healthcare services remotely and managing our health. All right. It is basically bridging the digital health divide. All right, and I'm taking the example of India. Our Prime Minister, he has recently launched this scheme e-Sanjeevani. It is actually sandbox telemedicine service of India. It's a step towards digital health equity to achieve universal health coverage. All right, it facilitates quick and easy access to doctors and medical specialists from your smartphones. You can also access quality health services remotely via e-Sanjeevani by visiting the nearest Ayushman Bharat health and wellness center. So again, what just now I mentioned, that should there be a need for a physical interaction, in-person interaction between the practitioner and the patient, then telehealth comes into play. All right. And then what is again telehealth? It is use of technology to deliver healthcare services remotely, allowing patients and providers to connect when they are geographically separated. And it can include computer, it can include your mobile phone, it can use your tablet, smartphone. And this virtual doctor visit also through video conference, remote patient monitoring. Again, see, this is one of the subset. Health related education, giving health related education is for also falls under telehealth. And it allows convenient and accessible care for individuals in remote areas or those with mobility issues, those who cannot move, those who are differently abled. Again, I want to mention that this technology is also being, all right, used worldwide. You can see again, Fraser Health Authority, they have got virtual care, a convenient path to care. And then in Teladoc Health in UK, it is a global leader for holistic virtual health and well-being. Again, United Arab Emirates, they have introduced additional telemedicine services to virtual doctor platform. Ontario province of Canada, they have got Health 811. It is a free and secure confidential service you can call or access online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get health advice from a registered nurse or find health services of information. This teleassist is one of the leading telecommunication provider in Canada. Okay, in fact, they are offering healthcare solutions. See a doctor, psychologist, counselor, or a dietitian from your phone at your convenience. It is a part of our mission to improve Canadians' access to healthcare. So this is a telecom company, and then what they say, you just download their app. It is similar to eSanjeevani. app. So what again I want to repeat that this technology is every day getting promoted and developed and implemented across the globe, across the globe, telehealth, and we have of which remote patient monitoring is one of the subset. Now I am concluding that remote patient monitoring is an important subset of telehealth. Unless somebody is thinking differently, I still believe that it is one of the subset. You can see that what is the difference. Remote patient monitoring, it is continuous data collection and tracking of health service metrics, very good. But this is a virtual telehealth. It is a virtual consultation with healthcare providers and it routine checkups, minor illness therapy that can be given virtually. So remote patient monitoring, it is a continuous data collection, but it is a telehealth is a real-time interaction, immediate care and remote appointments that facilitates. Even in Canada, most of the time, whenever I call my family physician, the receptionist said that would you like to have a telephone appointment or would you like to have an in-person appointment? Most of the people they are working in shift and they often do not get time. So doctor comes virtually online until unless physically he needs to investigate or he needs to examine something. So it's a very, it's a win-win situation both of you. Again, telehealth is a suite of services to deliver remote care both in and out of traditional care setting, and it is one of the subset. One of its subset is remote patient monitoring. Because telehealth also uses telecommunication and ICT to provide access to health assessment, diagnosis, intervention, consultation, supervision, and information across distance. But I repeat, it is one of its subset is RPM. Telehealth is a big umbrella. All right. Now, again, just to in the form of image, you will find what is remote image. Okay, patient monitoring using cloud repository. We are having this patient mobile app. We are having medical devices, smart watches for monitoring. But telehealth gives you everything. All right, on your mobile phone, you get many facilities. Telehealth focuses more on patient and provider communication to receive treatment efficiently, whereas RPM allows them to monitor the health condition and improved and offer an improved health condition based on the information collectively collected. They collectively possess enormous potential and continue to improve healthcare while leading to the better patient outcomes. So both of them they work together and RPM being one of the subset, there are many other subsets of telehealth. Collectively, they are improving the healthcare management, healthcare system, and they are finding ways for better patient outcomes. All right. Javed, how much time we are left with now?
Sir, session will be over at
No,
7:30,
no.
sir.
How many more time? How much more time?
20 minutes, sir. 20
20
minutes.
minutes. All
20
right.
minutes only.
My friends, I have a bad habit of asking questions. Are there challenges in using remote patient monitoring and telehealth? Do you think that there are challenges?
Yes, sir.
Anyone?
There are.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
very good. Your name, affiliation, and then your thoughts, please.
I already, sir, interact with you, Professor Shailesh Kaparkar from Gyan Ganga.
Okay, all right. Yes, professor, go ahead.
Sir, challenges are like data security.
Very good.
Challenges are like accuracy of the sensors.
Exactly. Very good.
Challenges, challenges are real-time patient monitoring.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, latency is the also challenge.
Very good.
So, sir, and one secured system is required for this remote patient monitoring. I mean, at last.
Okay,
So these are
telehealth also, do you believe that there are challenges?
yes, sir. Telehealth is one of the solution under the umbrella of this telehealth. There are remote patient monitoring.
Correct. No, but
There, there
challenges.
is telemedicine. Yeah, latency and I mean low cost solutions. These are the challenges.
So are you able to give low cost solution or you are not able to give low cost solution?
Yeah, sir, low cost. I mean, low cost. It will design like a portable systems for this telehealth monitoring. So ultimately, we will reach on the goal of, I mean, low cost solution.
Hmm. Suppose you have set up all the telehealth facility, but unfortunately there is no power supply, or the power supply is not reliable in that area. So if there is no power supply, there is no internet. If there is no internet, or even if suppose using any UPS or any such thing, internet facility is there, but the people, everybody doesn't have a standby generator, or everybody doesn't have a UPS, inverter, whatever, then again it becomes a challenge. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah. Internet connectivity is also a
And
challenge, sir,
and sometimes if power
in
supply
rural
is
areas.
there, yeah, and suppose power supply is there and the internet connection is not working well, then again it becomes challenge. Okay, so this is what we
Yeah.
are going to discuss. So any more thoughts? Any more thoughts? So what our health practitioner, how do they perceive the challenges of RPM? I went through one of the research study, few research study, and I just compiled the information that they believe the healthcare, that means the inner core guys, they said that there is increased workload due to a large amount of patient data. There are constant disease reminders that can increase patient anxiety. This is correct. The same thing if I keep on telling you, hey, you have your medicine, hey, tomorrow you have to go for this, go to for this, lot of reminders. And that also at times make people uncomfortable when that they get too much of information, especially at the higher age group. Since you, most of you, many of you are working in the technology, I even if suppose the algorithm has not been properly scripted and there are challenges with the accuracy, then this limited trust of technology, that becomes a challenge, that how accurate is your data or how accurate it has been analyzed. Many patients, they are elderly and technology sometimes can be disorienting. Ensuring patient engagement and adherence to wearable usage, that is also a challenge. Most of the especially old age people above 75 years, they are not comfortable putting the wearable device either on their wrist or their heart. They just want to throw it away, they are not comfortable. So that is another challenge. And then there is no consensus on financial responsibility, and this is one of the important part, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you have encountered this problem of or not. Many insurance company who are offering health insurance plan, at times they refuse to entertain your claim, saying that no, you have not taken in percent treatment. In fact, you have taken virtual, and their criterias for allowing the claim, or their criterias to even entertain the claims, that is different. And then really it becomes very challenging that for in India, I don't know the medical health insurance that is that much developed or not, but in advanced country in USA, Canada, if you don't have a insurance coverage, you are probably deprived of many facilities. You will just get basic facilities. But for any extended health facility, even the doctor or any clinic, any hospital, they will not even entertain you until unless you have insurance. So for that, if you are in your job, if you are in service, your employer will cover your health. That also up to certain limit. But if you don't have, you are not working for somewhere, you don't have an employer, then until and unless you buy an insurance for yourself, health insurance, it is very difficult to sustain in any first world country. And that is why whenever is anybody is coming from India to visit Canada, the first thing I said that, my friend, make sure that your passport is valid for 6 months, and make sure that you have enough health coverage. If you don't have enough coverage, you will be in big trouble. But if you are taking virtual treatment, many times insurance company, they are not uh, friendly in reimbursing your or entertaining your claim. And definitely there are private and security concerns also, because if I even right now also, if I'm talking to someone, if I'm talking to you and I know Javed is recording this, so whatever I am discussing, okay, that is for a good educational purpose. Here it is not a problem. But suppose tomorrow if I am sharing my personal information with you and you are the doctor, that has been documented, and who knows that that information will be spread, or that becomes, sort of viral, or that we get the information get leaked, and there is compromise of security. So most of the people, they in fact say no, no, no. Even guys, when we are talking on phone, we no, no, you come to my office, then we talk. People are not comfortable in talking remotely. In fact, people say that अरे भाई सारी बात फोन पे थोड़ी ना हो सकती है, आपको आना पड़ेगा. What does that mean? Because they want to ensure that there is enough security and privacy when they communicate. And when you are talking in person, half of the communication is done through your body language, your facial expression. That actually expresses, that gives a better indication to the person at the receiving end, that how submissive and how conducive the communication is going on, or the discussion, or where they are heading to. So definitely there are privacy and security concerns. All right. Now, there are challenges of telehealth also. And what do our healthcare practitioners say? So this is true that not all categories of citizens have got enough such technical equipment for telemedicine consultations. And even if suppose they have got, suppose your grandfather, he is of 78 years old, maybe your daughter can use the mobile phone better than you, but your grandfather, he will not be able to use the smartphone and all these features. So they don't have enough, even if they have got technical equipment, they are not comfortable in using them. So for them, telemedicine consultation really becomes challenging. Another challenge, which is mainly in the developed country, and sooner or later it is going to happen in India also, the licensing and regulatory challenges. In Canada, if you are registered in any particular province for providing medical services or as a doctor, you cannot even practice in other province until and unless you have taken license from in that particular province. Even I am a professional engineer in British Columbia. I cannot practice in other province beyond a certain period. Where is it temporary? For temporarily, I can work there, and that also I need to inform the local regulatory body. All right. Either I have to take license, or I have to inform them when they allow that within 6 months you are expected to take your license in the local with the local authority. Otherwise, you simply cannot practice. So similar is the situation with the medical, because USA has got 53 states, 52 or 53. Canada has got uh, 6 provinces, and it has got 3 union territories. I'm talking where I'm living. So in India, this regulatory challenges are not there. Even a person from Chennai, he or she can practice in Delhi. But in developed countries, it is not the same situation. So there are licensing and regulatory challenges. Even if you guys, if you go to Canada or US, okay, you will not be able to practice even your teaching until and unless you are licensed with the local regulatory body. And as I mentioned, many insurance companies, they limit coverage of telehealth services or reimburse them at lower rates as compared to in-person consultation. The integrating telemedicine with electronic medical system EMR is also tough, because most of the time their software, it is not compatible across any country. Maybe Ontario province is using a different software, and British Columbia province is using a different software. In India also there could be a challenge. Yes, yeah, somebody is saying something. Tell me. Hmm? Yeah, please go ahead. Somebody was saying something. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right,
You
okay.
are
No, actually,
audible,
I
sir.
thought somebody was saying something. I thought that's why I stopped. Yeah, and definitely telehealth, there is always limited examination of patient. So there is an inability to perform a full physical examination. So if there is an in-person visit, that is definitely better. But at least something is better than nothing. All right. Data privacy and security concern, vulnerability to hacking, leaks, and unauthorized access. That is another challenge. All right. And then there are legal gaps and ethical challenges also, difficulties in accountability and creating a bond of trust that is often formed through face to face contact. As I just now mentioned, if there is a face to face interaction, situation is completely different. But with virtual meetings, virtual, even with the virtual hearing at the court, all right, okay, people always try to have in person hearing. Let us move further. So, are there solutions for the challenges in using RPM and telehealth? This is my last question because now I think we are left with only few minutes. Here I would like to have your opinions. Are there solutions? Because until and unless there is a solution, it is not a problem. Then it becomes a situation. But if there is a problem, definitely there is a solution. If there is a challenge, there is a solution. So, what are those solutions? I can see that Manik Nandan Rangaswamy, he wants to share his opinion. Yes, Manik Nandan, please proceed. Manik, please proceed. Unmute yourself. This gentleman was trying to say something. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, how do we resolve the challenge? There, we need an intervention of policymakers and regulators to resolve most of the challenges. All right. There is a need to expand the interstate licensure agreement for physician. Don't limit the boundaries of practice of any professional, maybe a doctor, maybe a lawyer, or maybe an engineer, or maybe an educationist. All right. We have to ensure that there is interlicensure agreement, that if somebody has registered in Uttar Pradesh, he can always go and practice in Andhra Pradesh. If somebody is licensed in Washington state, he or she should be able to to practice in Atlanta state also, or in Michigan state also. All right. And there should be harmonization of regulatory requirement around jurisdiction. Because if the jurisdiction, if there is a legal complication, then it becomes very challenging for the practitioner to now fight the long legal battle, and you end up visiting your lawyers, and end up attending your hearings at the court. So that regulatory requirement is another challenge. There must be simplified procedures for physicians to obtain license in other states or countries. If a doctor in UK, he should be equally allowed to practice in India, and the insurance companies must entertain the claim even if the practitioner has given consultation while sitting in a remote region or at a place which is geographically apart from that location where the patient is based. All right, there must be training specialists and practitioners to use telehealth system. At times, the practitioners we are using, because they are doctors, we cannot expect that they can use the technology so easily. They need to learn, so we have to provide training to them. All right. The country's law should mandate reimbursement or guarantee payment parity for telehealth services. I mean to say the insurance companies. All right. There is a need to develop and implement a unified standard for health information exchange at national and international level. You cannot say that no, this is my patient, I cannot share this information. Most of the time, banks do that. They don't share the information. Yes, so long as privacy is maintained, but even within the banks, all right, they must be able to ensure the information, and especially where the human life is involved, all right, then there should be a healthy health information exchange system. We must develop hybrid models of care, allowing telehealth for initial patient triage and then monitoring and then follow up. But there must be face to face visits for diagnostic and procedures requiring physical contact. Don't try to overrule or bypass physical contact or somehow try to put supremacy. No, 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 this can be done virtual. No, whether in person is required, in person is required. All right. Tele health services have end-to-end data encryption. This we have to ensure. You guys, you are IT expert and ICT and AI and machine learning. You know this better. There must be multi-factor authentication. There must be intrusion detection system and regular security audits. There must be a strong legal framework considering the specificities of telemedicine practice, jurisdiction, liability, and quality standards. All right. And if the computer is not able to, if the patient is not able to use computer, or if he doesn't have access to internet, he should be allowed telephone counseling also. Yes, I can see that Manik Nandan again raised his hand. Manik, this time would you like to say something?
Yes, sir. This time I'm able to
Please.
unmute
Yeah, yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess I
And
can
your
speak. Sir,
affiliation, my
actually,
friend, your affiliation,
yes,
you
sir. Sir,
are?
actually, so you really want to like you asked a question.
My friend, you are an academician or you are an industry professional?
Sir, actually, I worked in HCL Technologies in an failure mode effect analysis in a medical devices, and
Okay.
after 3.5 years, I'm now working in a college as an assistant professor. So,
Okay.
so I was in a regulatory. So here, so the moment you ask the RPM and telemedicine, so how that challenge, I thought of adding one thing, and I really want to know and one thing from you, sir. So here,
Please.
so I have compared. So you well stated Canada and US are not that easy to find regulatory and doing things because you know what's it every time Indian complaints came to us in the regulatory of medical device, we take 60 to 30 days, but moment the FDA compliance came in US, it will be in a window of 48 hours. So it's not something like the life of Indian is cheap and life of US citizen is costly because the regulatory is getting different. So my point, so moment we got all this technology advancement in RPM and telemedicine, sir. So, do you think we are getting close to the person, or we are getting away from the person in terms of AI or machine learning and automation? Because every time the medical devices came to us in a desk of failure, we will go for corrective and preventive action. So we go for a lot. We check for the patient diagnosis, healthcare professionals, instructions. Lot of things involved, sir. So in terms of RPM and telemedicine, so what we are thinking, we are getting away from the person for the accuracy results, or that is a one bigger question in being an Indian. I'm just I really curious to ask with you, sir, how you
Hmm.
see this trend, sir.
Very good question. Very first thing, your question is very good, and I must appreciate. And you have really raised a very good topic, very important topic, my friend. We need to set up some KPIs. We need to set up some performance indices. All right, and then we have to have a very strong evaluation system. Any system, when it is introduced or it is implemented, it is always kept under uh, strong monitoring, and I cannot say surveillance, but we evaluate under SWOT evaluation, and we need to have periodic evaluation, and then we have to check that whether the project is really meeting its goal. Are we really able to extend the best possible care to the end user? And the feedback comes from the end user. Whatever technology, if you are implementing, if the end user is not getting benefited, all right, then your technology, your system, your regulations, your procedures, they are not of use, and they are really not effective. If suppose there are very good rules, regulations, and everything, they are in place, but if it is taking very long time for the patient to get benefit of it, then what is the use of implementing such technology where our end user is still stuck in your bureaucratic traps? He is stuck in your regulatory, and the moment, these days human memory or human emotions are so impulsive. The moment you try to you start giving reasoning, explanation, this requirement, this, he will simply say, okay, no, okay, I will go to another place. Even if you go to any shop also, you go to any restaurant, the moment you see, okay, okay, time lagega, acha chalo दूसरी जगह चलते हैं. That means, oh, it is taking more time, okay, let us go somewhere else. But at times, there are restaurant, you have choice. All right. So, telephone SIM provider, you have choice. But healthcare, you don't have choice. Electricity, you don't have choice. Utilities, you don't have choice. So what you have, the question which you have raised, that is extremely good, and I really appreciate your thought. So if you ask my opinion, I would, the moment any technology is implemented, or any practice or any procedure, I will ask, before implementing, I will say that I want to have its KPI and performance indices, so that after 6 months I want to do a 6 monthly review, and after 1 month I will see review, and then I will collect. In fact, I will appoint an independent survey company to go and get the feedback of the end users without prejudice and without unbiased opinion, and that will tell me that whether the system that has been implemented, that requires further tweaking, or it is running well. That is the only way. It is the end user who is going to tell you. There is a simple saying: if your customer returns back to you without, under no pressure, if he returns back to you, that means your services are good, or your product is good. The best benchmark is, if without any pressure and without any compulsion, your client is coming back to you, that means you are doing good. That is the end. That is the bottom line. And not only for this telehealth or medical, any services. If the client is reverting back to you without any pressure, under no pressure, he is coming with his sweet choice, then you are good. And if suppose somebody is coming, maybe you are a utility service provider, maybe you are a health service provider, any services provider, all right, or you are a government officer, you are an income tax officer. If somebody is entering your room with an anger and he is leaving your room with a smile, that is your performance. Finish. That is the end to it. All right, irrespective of the fact that whatever profession, whatever services you are providing, if you are a vendor, if you are a service provider, or if you are a consultant, if the person is leaving your room with a smile, that means you are doing good. That's it. I believe I have answered your question. Before I have my final note, does anyone have any other question?
Hello.
Yes,
Sir, good
please.
evening.
Name and
This is
affiliation.
Mohit Khilwani. This is Mohit Khilwani, and I'm an academician. Sir, I think there is a problem we should also be discussing about. Like, I am a patient, I'm taking a remote assistance, and the medicine I have been prescribed is not available with me
Hmm.
in the location where I am. So, in
Yeah.
that case, don't we think we should be addressing this problem as well?
Yes, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Very first thing, my friend, that there should be a feature that, I don't know the current system in India, but in Canada, in US, the doctor, even a single medicine, you simply, very first thing, you simply cannot go to any medical shop to get any prescribed drug. Yes, you can get the over the counter medicine, which is called OTCO, over the counter, like pain balm or some like cough syrup or those small thing, all right. Or maybe you want to have an Advil or something like, all right, aspirin, all these tablets you can get. Any prescribed drug cannot be, okay, sold by any shopkeeper, medical store. Number two, the doctor has to write, and what happens, doctor straight away sends your prescription to the medical store, and you just get a copy, and sometimes you don't even get the copy, and then you have to go to your pharmacist, and pharmacist will give you the medicine. In case pharmacist doesn't have that tablet, that pill, that syrup, or any that surgical equipment, it is medical store's responsibility. He will revert back to doctor that, doctor, you have prescribed this pill to this gentleman, but we don't have this, and it is not even available in the entire state. Then it is doctor's responsibility. Nowhere patient is responsible to run between the pillar and the post to get the medicine. It is not. It is it must be the responsibility of the system. So answering back to your question, it is a very very a key point, a very important thing, and very a crucial thing, that our system should be strong enough that patient is not harassed due to the unavailability of any particular drug, any particular system, or any particular surgical equipment. I fully agree with you. All right. Any more thoughts, my friends? No? All right. Because I
So
think we are
one more
running
Sir,
short. Yeah,
question.
yeah. Please, name and affiliation.
So
sir, my name is
sir,
Professor Shailesh,
From?
Gyan Ganga Institute of
Okay,
Technology and
yeah, all right.
Science.
Okay, so I say, my friend, actually, I don't have any system where I can go,
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
can know that if the same person is asking. Okay, yeah. Please, Shalish, go ahead.
Sir, nowadays IoT and AI are very much important in case of in any field, particularly in healthcare field also.
Yeah,
So now AI is, I mean, decision support tool for the doctors.
sure.
So, sir, in India, I think doctor, I mean, not using AI for disease diagnosis and all those things. But in Canada and in other countries, in telemedicine, whether the AI is using for decision support system, and how much is the worth of AI in a telemedicine for
Okay.
real applications and real telemedicine application. That is my.
Okay. Well, again, Shalish, very good question. Okay. See, in US, in North America, even in Europe also, any professional, he is much more concerned about his license and his professional responsibility rather than his job. I repeat, Suresh Vishwakarma is more concerned about his professional integrity, about his professional license. All right, because in these developed countries, if once you have lost your license, you are like a stone. Whatever knowledge, whatever skill set you have got, if you don't have license to practice, because job once lost, all right, okay, that can be had together again, but license cannot be. So what you are saying, use of artificial intelligence, everybody wants to make life easy, but he will definitely ensure that his professional judgment and decision making is not compromised due to the use of artificial intelligence. It is required, very good, but he is more concerned that to ensure that the informed decisions are not get hampered. All right, I have already been told that we are time out. Okay, if you have any specific question, please send an email to me. And just I want to conclude that RPM and telehealth technologies, they are being adopted and implemented worldwide as an efficient and cost effective means for delivering and accessing quality health and services, and they will, its acceptance will continue to increase as patients and provider becomes more adept at and comfortable with using technologies instead of face to face interaction. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am very much thankful, grateful to the organizers, and thank you very much for your patient listening. I think I did not bore you too much and I did not harass you with too many questions. And I believe it was a very good interactive decision. And I will appreciate your feedback. I will appreciate your question if you have got any. So, see, I did a lot of homework before I came online to talk to you. All these references I used. So, once again, thank you very much. And now I am stopping to share my screen because we ran out of time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you
My
so much, sir.
pleasure. All right.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Any other question? Anything else? Anything else?
Okay, dear participants, this side Dr. Javed Khan, coordinator of this Atal FTP. So thank you so much, sir, for delivering a very wonderful and very informative and interactive session. Your expertise, practical perspectives, and engaging the presentation is greatly acceptable. Understanding of the emerging possibilities in the smart city system healthcare system, healthcare challenges, data driven approaches for the remote patient monitoring and the telehealth in the smart city, and the challenges in the telehealth domain that is also considerable for the all participants and opening the new doors for the research. And we sincerely appreciate your valuable time as well as the meaningful contribution for our program. Thank you so much on a behalf of Gyan Ganga College. Thank you so much, sir. My dear participant, within a couple of minutes, we will start the second session. I request to all participants, please switch on your video cameras for taking a snap for this session. Again, I'm repeating, I request to all participants, kindly switch on your cameras to taking a snap of this session. So thank you so much, participants. Now, in a couple of minutes, we will start the second session. Good evening, all the participants. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's start the second session. Respected resource person, Dr. Anup Girdhar sir and faculty participants, good evening to all in day 2, session 4 of this Atal FDP. It is indeed a matter of great privilege to introduce Dr. Anup Girdhar sir, an exceptional personality whose contributions have significantly shaped the landscape of cybersecurity, cyber forensics, and digital investigation in India and abroad. Sir stands as a distinguished expert with over 30 years of professional experience, and his name is synonymous with excellence in cyber defense and technological innovation. He is the founder and CEO of Sedulity Solutions and Technologies Delhi, an organization that has played a pivotal role in strengthening cybersecurity frameworks for corporate, educational, and government institutions. Academically, Dr. Anup Girdhar sir holds a PhD in computer science, MPhil, and MCA, and has made prolific contributions to the literature of cybersecurity. His academic footprint includes more than 75 research papers, over 50 technical articles, and numerous books and course materials developed for prestigious institutions including IGNOU, Symbiosis University, TMB Pune, and Delhi University. His global recognition is equally remarkable. Sir holds an internationally granted patent from Australia and has served as international trainer for programs in South Africa, Nigeria, Singapore, and several other countries. He has collaborated with globally reputed organizations such as EC Council USA, and certifications from the Federal Virtual Training Environment of the US Department of Homeland Security. His research has been cited internationally, including by Harvard University. Nationally, Sir has served as an advisor and board member for AICT, IGNOU, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth, and University of Jammu. His expertise has guided curriculum design, academic standards, and the development of advanced cybersecurity programs at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. What truly sets Dr. Anup Girdhar sir is his extraordinary service to India's law enforcement and defense ecosystem. He has delivered specialized training programs for the officers of the CBI Academy, CID, ATS, BSF, NSG, DRDO, and the Indian Army, Air Force, and Delhi Police, among many others. Through more than 1,000 training programs and over 200 conference talks, he has contributed immensely to building national capability in cybersecurity, cybercrime investigation, digital forensics, cyber laws, AI and ML security, and secure software development. In addition to his academic and training excellence, Sir is an innovator with several patents filed, including India's first Linux-based Sedulity operating system available in specialized forensic, corporate hackers, and developer editions, demonstrating his commitment to practically industry-ready solutions. Today, Dr. Anup Gidhar Sir continues to lead us as a visionary who bridges the gap between the academia, industry, government agencies, and global cybersecurity standards. We are greatly honored to have such an extraordinary expert with us today. With utmost respect, I welcome Dr. Anup Girdhar sir and invite him to enlighten us with his insights. Sir, kindly continue the session. Thank you so much, sir. Anup sir, you may continue the session, sir.
But sir is not audible.
Uh,
Am I audible now?
yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, first of all, thank you, Dr. Vimi, Dr. Zaved Khan, and the entire team. Thanks for the great privilege to interact with your wonderful audience. And it's indeed a pleasure to be a part of such a wonderful topic and a great FDPs as you are going to organize. So, thank you. Thank you. It's indeed a pleasure. Okay. The topic for today's topic is again a wonderful topic. So, as thanks, Dr. Vimi explained a lot of things about my profile. So luckily, it's been almost 30 years I'm into this domain and working especially in the terms of cybersecurity and forensic science. So IoT and AI is a next augmentation of the model and the demand of the industrial scenario, like where we are supposed to talk about various organization, various things, various models, and we especially talk about IoT or even IIoT models. So luckily, I was associated with the Ministry of Power and various other ministries like Ministry of IT, Ministry of HRD, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Power. Why I'm specifically talking about Ministry of Power? Because there they actually want the implementation of IoT and IIoT with AI, and they are basically facing a lot of challenges. So we are into some consultancies and designing some, in fact, some training course materials that how and what are the next gen issues. So we are supposed to talk more on that. So let me first of all, I think, share my screen also, so that others can able to uh, access my few of the slides, right? And further we'll continue. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. I think now it's visible to all. Uh, can you see the screen? I think it's not shared.
Sir, your screen is still not shared, sir.
Oh, okay. I'll just try it again. Give me a minute. I think now is it visible? I hope my screen is visible now.
Not yet, sir. Now it's a bit of.
It's fine?
Yes, sir. It's okay, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you so much. So, yeah, there we have a topic of, let's say, cyber security and forensics using IoT and AI. So I believe the audience is more related to like they all are the professors from the renowned universities and I hope some research scholars. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Participants from the industry as well as the research scholar as well as the academia, sir.
Wonderful. So I would like to interact with them because then I would love to share some research areas also, that what are the common and good research areas, especially in terms if you are really looking for a cybersecurity and forensics, and what are the next gen issues. See, today, like if I'll talk about, means I remember I started my career into the, it was a time where I think 1992, somewhere 92 almost, 92, 93. Because I remember in India, internet came in the year of 1994 by VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. So we were into that pilot batch where VSNL gave us the training how to configure modems and how to convert your uh, analog signals, that telephone lines, into a fax tone using modems, and how to execute internet over there. So 80 commands, ATX equals to 100, and a lot of settings were there, which we are supposed to do. Right. That was a way how we get into the internet model. And in the year 2000, India got a first act, that is IT Act, Information Technology Act, in the year of 2000. So that 6 year was a wonderful, I would say, the golden period for Indians, where they can explore whatever they want, because this intangible word, this cyber word, can never be considered as a crime, because whatever the activity being performed over there in this intangible word, the cyber word, that never be considered. So the concern is from year 2000, we got to know that there is a something which is going on, and the crime can be also get committed by transferring some data or sending some mails and many other ways, from where the crime started and augmented like anything. And even afterwards, just after 8 years, so there is another act of IT Act 2008. So that is Amendment Act. It's an Information Technology Amendment Act. It is called as ITAA 2008. So that was introduced in India because a lot of changes were required. And till date, we have IT Act 2008, but along with other acts which are being again augmented, and again the another level of problem came across. We talk about DPDP Act. We talk about the real changes of the core offenses and other acts, especially like we got a Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nyaya Suraksha Sanhita, we got a BSA, Bharatiya Sakshar Adhiniyam, and that is the Indian Evidence Act. It is a replacement of Indian Evidence Act, that is Bharatiya Sakshar Adhiniyam. So especially in terms of forensics, we are supposed to talk about these areas, and I'll explain, and I have something practical to show you also, like how you can implement some basic things. So I have some couple of codes for you in my system where you can able to check, right, how the thing works and how this practically implemented. Just in year 2023 only, last just 2 years back, India got a one DPDP, that is Digital Personal Data Protection Act. And again, the new regulation being introduced just 5-6 days before, right? And that was a time where the new regulation, that means we have to think about how we have to protect the data. So in especially IoT, wherever you are talking about IoT security or IIoT security, we have to follow a lot of other concept, because now we are connected to, ultra dense heterogeneous autonomous network. This IoTs are like that, it's a heterogeneous network where you are supposed to work a lot on it. You are going to create a data like for every particular second, right? And think about your premises, like college premises or so, where you are supposed to going to control your data, and you have to generate your data. Let us say we'll place some sensors, or we'll go and create a special type of a local area network which actually generates the data, and further it is to be connected with the internet, right? So we have to create that model called as a edge computing, and that is what like the related to smart a building, a smart e-smart buildings, and your premises, which further may extend to e-smart cities, and then e-smart towns, and further we'll go and take it into the various other things. So what is IoT? At least you need to understand this kind of where you have thousands of devices. Means I have just seen even just couple of days before, I was trying to scan my network in at my home, and luckily I found almost 25 digital gadgets were connected on internet. Did you ever try to explore like how many computers or digital gadgets you have at your home? Probably you have a smartwatch, you have a mobiles which are connected in your Wi-Fi. You have a this smart IP cameras are there for security reasons. Probably you have deployed. There are even somewhere you might heard about babysitter cameras are there, which is again a part of it, right? You might heard about like within your car, in the cars you already deployed for the safety dashboard cameras being introduced. So think about, we are almost equipped and surrounded with a lot of IoT devices, right? Think about the sensors, and why not have you heard about your other appliances, home appliances, your probably air fryer, your oven, your refrigerators, why not your ACs, your televisions, being captured by these lot of IoT devices and being controlled by even sometimes third party applications, right? So did you ever try it from your mobile? Let me start my particular device. Like you even have a mop. You must have seen the mopping device introduced in India, and people are going to clean their floors using that automated, AI based mopping device. It's what? It's all IoTs, all IoTs. Sensor programming. Now, each sensor, let's say for one building, one college building, if I deploy, let's say 1 lakh sensor for on every particular instance, those sensors will gonna generate the data for every particular second. And once it is ultra dense, that is why I use ultra dense heterogeneous networks, right? These are the heterogeneous networks. So if it is in such a way, if it is working, if that is a kind of a criteria, how can you manage that data? How to handle the data how to consolidate the data, how you can transform the data, then further how you will go and work for a, you know, the security of that data. How could you be so sure that your device is not being compromised? So it is not only a particular the parameter where you are going to place your data or you are going to generate some data, but actually we need to manage the modular part of the technology, okay, or the isolated environment which we have to create for that particular technology, so that you can understand what is this all about. So today I'm going to talk about all these 10 points. So that is what, like, what is IoT security and how to get into the forensic science. So what is IoT, right? And the characteristics and ecosystems of the IoT. Now, what is the ecosystem? I have just gave you the idea what is IoT, or even IIoT, that is industrial Internet of Things, right? IIoT, that is the industrial of things. So especially think about your smart grid system in the power sector. You heard about like smart e-meters are there, smart electricity meters being deployed almost I think in your Jabalpur. And luckily, I was one of the person where I have seen your Jabalpur already have a smart city project. So I got a privilege to go and I to just to notice and to work and to see that particular model, where I have seen you have a one specific office, one place. It's a smart city project in your Jabalpur, and what I have seen, like 26 projects being I don't know, might be now it's being more over there, but I have seen 26 projects, government projects being indulged over there, connected over there, and from where they are going to create automation. The process of automation is there. They deployed these kind of like speedometer, or you must have seen the person who cross the red lights. So their image detection model from their number plates of their vehicles. So might be you might heard about like any person who complain for let's say some problem on the roads, or you want a medical services, or you have some that that municipal corporation issues related to those kind of issues. If somebody report over there, that report directly approach it to their concerned authorities, and it is mandatory for them to answer those queries within 48 hours or some stipulated time framework. So the way it is being getting into it, I have seen first time. Means even at that time, Delhi was also not on to the smart city model, but that Jabalpur is there who was actually working. Jabalpur was one of the area. So that particular parameter is to be considered, like we are supposed to deploy all these smart sensors, smart cameras, and even along with these cameras, we are supposed to deploy, let's say, temperature sensors on it. Temperature sensors, and you can find now AQI sensors. You can find about like other smart meters. So how to control and manage such data. So that is what, like, I have seen that entire infrastructure. Practically, I have seen that entire infrastructure in Jabalpur. So that was where I have suggested few security features, and in case of incident of any particular incident, what is the incident response and how we can go for the forensic science. So that is an area where I have seen practically and I have implemented over there. So I've seen the way of implementation done by the government. So I really appreciate the part, and that is why Jabalpur is always remembered to me, that why and how this Jabalpur is going and getting into a smart city model, right? But it is still on a very lower end. Think about heterogeneous models. Think about one building with lakhs of sensors generating those requests and that content. So that become heterogeneous, various different challenges with those different types of devices, because each device generate their own data set and they have their own way of functionality. So whatever the data set generated, we have to transform that data, we have to manage that level of data, so that we can able to control, we can able to identify, and we can able to find the anomaly detection or various other security related and forensics related issues. Even I have seen couple of protocols which are specially deployed for IoT security, right? For especially if you really talk about MQTT or COEP, there are various other such protocols. The security part is still missing on that. So we want tunnels. Still, the gap is there where we want a tunnels, a secure tunnels of that data transmission, where the data is generated 24/7 within particular second for each second. So now you will get a 60 within a minute. You got a 60 hits, 60 information, 60 records for each minute. And now you compare that. If you have a data of, let's say, for a day, think about for a couple of days or for a week, fortnightly or monthly, how you will manage that data. So even though the another problem is, in case if any transaction being committed, if any activity being performed, where to keep that data? Do you really want a centralization? So that is not a good practice today, especially these days. We need to implement the concepts of a blockchain to secure the data set. But for the blockchains, how many computers need to be incorporated? Is it on the centralized on the one particular place, or you have some disaster recovery locations? So we want DR sites and various other sites for managing the data set and control that data set. Anybody heard about that is Mirai botnet? Anybody heard about this? One of the very renowned attacks on IoTs, especially I think if in the year of 2016. So 2016, that was one of the attack reason, because how many of you have, I hope you all have the Wi-Fi at your end. Now, if you have the Wi-Fi, my concern is, did you able to ever analyze or audit your Wi-Fi networks? Okay, if I'll ask you, let's say there is some incident being committed, and if I'll ask you, just today morning, let's say morning, say 7 a.m. till 11 a.m. Can you give me the list of those devices connected in your Wi-Fi? Do you have the list? Can anyone generate that level of list? Can you give me how many devices, when it was connected, what was their MAC address, what was their IP address associated, and how much traffic or bandwidth being utilized by that particular device? Did you ever try to explore this? So yes, I think we are getting some answers. So couple of people really working on it. That's great. If you can answer and if you can have these kind of collections of data, or at least you can able to audit that data, right? I think Dr. Bhuma and Yamini answered yes, it is possible, and they are already doing it. My concern is still 80% people are not aware what is being going on in their network. Do you really feel that your passwords which you place for your SSIDs, and that password is secure enough? I think you just go to YouTube and you will find billions of, means now it's not million, it's a billions of YouTube videos are there where they'll train you how to hack your Wi-Fi, right? Depending upon obviously which cryptographic algorithms or security algorithms you have implemented. But I'll give you one very good way. Even you share your passwords to others, still they can't able to access your Wi-Fi. So if you really want that part, go to your routers and you must see there is an option called ACL, that is access control list. So if you, the day you get into your premises, already you are on Wi-Fi, I believe, or you are all at home. So you just go and open your routers, cross check, right? Just cross check your data, your router settings, your Wi-Fi router settings, and just go through and check. You must have one option called ACL, that is access control list. Put on your all the gadgets, all your IoTs, everything connected on internet. So you will get a MAC address over there, the list of MAC address where they got the IP address. register all the MAC addresses as a trusted device and allow only to the trusted device. If you just make this setting, take my words, you call someone, you share your passwords to them, even they can't able to access your Wi-Fi, right? Unless and until their MAC address not to be get registered under ACL. So how many layers of security are you implementing? These are the very common challenges. But this is a what? Like where you have only 5, 10, 20, 30, devices, a digital gadget. Think about heterogeneous network. Think about lakhs and lakhs of sensors. Can we able to prepare that level of data and can we able to manage it? This Mirai attack, botnet attack is nothing. It was a great attack directly to all the IoTs and all these routers and all, because by default they have their genuine username and password. They have default username passwords. And really, how many of you really change your login passwords to your router, or is it a default? Admin or admin password, or probably your MAC address as a password. So if we'll really get your device, if we'll scan your device, it is quite easy to get the default passwords of your devices. So it is not a difficult task. So take my words, that could be a challenge. That is what Mirai attack, botnet attack, which was committed especially on IoTs, right? Same way, Jeep, that is Cherokee car hacks. That means how many of you really have seen a smart cars and very advanced cars, expensive cars? You must have, the moment you reach somewhere at the location or near to the car automatically unlocks, right? Or various good cars, right? It's quite easy, because the moment you will go, the hackers already have the process to collect the information. You're the way it is trying to create a network. So you once become into the part of that network, it is quite easy. Whatever the sessions being generated, so that it is being matched and your car get unlocked. That session or that data set could be easy to, although it is encrypted, hardly matters whether it is encrypted or so. Still, yes, there is a device also. Mohit, you are very right. Flipper Zero is the one of the device which has already been, available online, and you can capture all the radio signals, right, or remote signals. And why not your security gadgets, like on your doors, you might have a IoT device from internet or from your mobile app. You can unlock the main doors. So it is quite easy. It is hackable because you have a very much insecure protocols being committed and deployed over there, the services which are used over there, and it never being audited. That is a big problem. Your hardware is never being audited, and almost all the things are wireless. You are right, Mohit. I really appreciate the way I think you all are aware of these kind of problems. So see the problems of security issues. Smart home compromise. So it's quite easy that your entire smart home, if it is get now suppose you are using an oven, right? And from your mobile app, and somehow your mobile get compromised. Don't you think so? Any other person sitting anywhere in the globe, by using your mobile, they can hijack your home, and your secured home become compromised because your devices were the trusted devices. And if your device, your mobile get compromised, and there, take my words, there are very, very simple way to create anonymous applications, APK files or IPA files for your iPhones or Androids, where these apps are the backdoors and they can extract every single information about your phones. And in case if you have these data set where you are generating the apps and controlling your IP cameras or digital gadgets or IoT gadgets, then if you'll get that, I have seen one mop, that I think MI mop or some, I don't know, that Chinese mop was there, digital mop. I have seen that it is actually going to create a separate VPN for this. And through that VPN, anyone can access your, through that mop, anyone can access your entire home, all the network, all gadgets, all IP addresses openly available. So remotely, anyone can access through that mop, anyone can access your entire network, because the person who's tried to connect with your mop, that's a e-mop, and today you must have seen, and we audited and we have generated a vulnerability list of that. Got it? So that is a big problem, even in your hardwares, that it is quite easy to compromise. So major threats, risk, and vulnerabilities. So as I have said, common attacks, if we'll talk about it is related to your devices. It is related to the network which you are using. It could be a cloud. Cloud could be, again, which cloud? Cloud doesn't mean that you're only using like AWS or not tier 1 or top tier level cloud. There are various other cloud providers. Even your Samsung phones or your Vivo, Oppo, these. I'm sorry, I think, yeah, is there any query? I think, okay. I think somebody's mic is unmute. I really appreciate if you can mute, please.
I request to all
Or
participants, kindly unmute yourself. I request to all participants, kindly unmute yourself.
mute, please, everybody mute. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. If
Okay,
in
sir.
case you must have a query, please feel free to ask. I'm open for the queries in case if you want. But I really appreciate if there is no query, then I really appreciate if you can please mute your mic. Thank you. So let me quickly go and talk about these points, and I would love to come to show you some practicals that what we did and how we are getting into and what the different types of problem statements are coming to us. All right. So there are various different mobile apps and cloud networks, and even these mops or various other gadgets like IP cameras or any such IoT. They actually try to create their own network. So they want to create their own. I was in one of the conference recently, and one of the electrical appliances, very renowned company, very renowned company, and their security expert said, "Sir, do you believe that we are supposed to get almost 9.2 petabytes data, 9.2 petabytes data daily from the equipments being generated by these electrical companies?" And I'm taking one of the very renowned company, I'll not take the name, but one of the very renowned company. And in one of the conferences last week, so I was there in that conference, and roundtable is going on, especially for IoT security. So that person came and said, "Sir, it is not kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes. So we got petabytes, or even we are about to get very soon. We are expecting very soon we'll get a exabyte data." So that is the next level issues, how to handle the data. And then further, you talk about, investigations, data, timing, and all that, incident response, how you will handle incident response. And what about the threats, risk level? So we have to, especially in IoT, see, our concern is we have very less memory. We do not want to extend the size of the memory. So the packets generated in IoTs are not a general packet like other security applications or hardwares or network hardwares or gadgets. Like if you talk about TCP IP protocol, think about headers of the TCP protocol. Did you ever try to explore the headers of TCP? You will see a lot of parameters are there. How many flags are there in TCP protocol? If you just go through, and you will understand. And what type of level of data packet? What about UDP, UDP-v6, IPv6? So thousands of protocols are there today. But especially if we are working for the IoT and IIoT, the major challenges, major issues are like the size of the data. So we have to minimize that data size. minimize the data size to even less than a byte if possible, or even a single byte. Byte like make it true or false, 0, 1. This is 1, 1, we are connected, 1, or 0, no, not connected. Something like that. So that we can try to create an algorithm or deploy such data set on certain algorithms to identify the behavior of those IoT devices. And otherwise, we are supposed to work on how to collect that data set and then to process the data set and take it to, let's say, for today, we are talking about AI, or we talk about a blockchain model, or we talk about various other, top-notch technology. Why not VR? Virtual reality. There are good products which are there with the virtual reality. So the devices, we are totally, it's a heterogeneous. That's why I told you that we are equipped with, lakhs and lakhs of devices. All the devices are generating their data on internet. Concern is, where is security? What are the common threats? So common threats are like botnets, as I said. We talk about DDoS attacks, a massive attacks on directly on one particular company. If we get to know what are their IP addresses, what are the range of their IP addresses of any particular company, let's say any electrical company who generate or give you like fans, AC, or many IoT gadgets. So think about your home appliances company, any home appliances company who is making any IoT gadget and giving you at your home side, or any official, or think about industrial IoTs for your machineries and equipped with all IoTs, big premises, hospitality and all, they want IoTs. So think about those levels, and major challenges if we'll get their public IP address, and which is quite common, quite easy to get the public IP address. Then your networks could be on a DOS or DDoS attack. Anyone would like to try to work on man in the middle attack, because your data being transferred is actually on unsecured protocols, and you have a common pattern of generating the data set from the IoTs. We are not expecting the sensors are going to give you a big size of data and all, right? Another main problem is you have a common, I think not common, even I have to take this irony of our country. I don't know why we are still on that. All are, and I think this is a responsibility for all such professors, and we all should be stakeholders, where we have to think about firmware tempering. All the firmwares are coming for all these IoTs are coming directly from China. Did you ever try to explore what the packet being generated? Is there any DNS entry where the data is moving via China? All these gadgets being, manufactured somewhere else. Anybody who picked those firmwares and think about, so still government of India is looking for the people. I was in one of the conference in government of India, one of their conference, and they clearly said, we want firmware people. We want MTech or PhDs who should go and think about firmwares. Build your own firmwares. Compile your firmwares. Give the level of security, or VAPT, that's vulnerability assessment and penetration reports of your firmwares. We are happy to deploy those firmwares and make it India model. Digital India and Make in India model. They don't want to buy the products coming from somewhere from China, or the applications, mostly all the application layers coming somewhere from US. And we are very happy to become a dumping ground of these two different countries. And obviously some other countries are also having some stake. Concern is, these are the common threats for Indians and obviously on their devices. Their job is to make a money. Our job is to make a secure environment. How could you make your devices more secure and more? How can you so assure that even you have any IoT where it is being operated by your mobile app, your providers are not hacking your network? The providers are not aware like how many devices, what are the name of those gadgets and all is along with them. And obviously Raj devices are obviously there. Fake devices, virtual machines. Even this presentation I'm running on virtual machines. I'm running on, even I'll show you the Docker images, containerization, virtualization, hypervisors and all on that basis. So you can make any virtualized image of any, even why not a mobile app, like Genymotion or various other such the apps are there where you will get a proper template, and even you can go and download your WhatsApp or any other app on it. All ROS devices. Think about it. These are the very common problems going on, coming up day by day, and it is increasing. It is increasing. Vulnerabilities, that is a hard-coded credentials. We want a weak communication protocols, lack of encryption. Now, concern is not lack of encryption. We already have, standard encryption algorithm. Why don't we use AES 256? Okay, we'll go with the AES. Might be very soon you will get a 512 or something like, or why not we'll go and use a RSA. But see, please try and understand, these all algorithms are used for a certain level of standard data transmissions and all. We are on a IoT and IIoT issue. We are not into the common other internet devices. So lack of encryption means my data size must be smaller. So in one of my PhD scholars, now luckily total 7 PhDs awarded under my supervision. 5 from I was a main guide for 5 PhD scholars, and 2 for PhDs I was a co-guide, right? So total 7 PhDs awarded, where one of the PhD, which is where we are supposed to talk about these things, and what we did, we created a one device, and we are about to file a patent also on this ground very soon. So we created one device like pen drive. You give me 2 GB pen drive, I guarantee you I can place 2 petabyte data in that 2 GB pen drive. So what is it? Is it encryption? No. What is it? Is it like a compression technique? No. These all techniques are required, but that is required for the server and technology. So we try to create it like a IoT model. We try to incorporate the concepts of IoTs in this particular concern, and we created that level of network of data transmission and controlling models where even you have a weak communication. So my data generated over there is in bytes, I think 512 bytes. Then we try to reduce even more than that. So last, I think 26 bytes for each file. That is only the part is, right? And accordingly you multiply, and you can keep that data, whatever the data you want to save it in your 2 GB pen drive. I think I'll able to make it up to even 2 TB, or even why not 2 petabyte. So think about the devices, how to make these kind of communication protocols, and what are the common challenges, and what about, say, the poor patch management. How many of you really update your Windows or other devices? In case, do you know when you bought your uh, smart TVs, and how frequently you update, or if it force, unless and until it won't force you, I think you are not going to update it. Please try and check. What about firmwares of your routers, Wi-Fi routers? I think nobody did that. Very frequently, I'm telling you, nobody generally do your Wi-Fi routers updated, right? Firmware updation of your Wi-Fi router, because your challenge is what happen in case if the settings being vanished. If we'll get a new default settings for a new firmware. So that is what, like, so it's better you export those settings, and simply you can import those settings. It's not difficult, but we need to practice. We need to do these hands-on. I hope everybody heard about the concept of OWASP, right? That is Open Web Application Security Project. It is more related to the earlier started for the website applications, web applications. So various other attacks on the web applications or your websites. Then OWASP came for the mobile security. So for your mobile application security also there for OWASP. And now OWASP came for the IoT top 10 security model. So whenever we are talking about any type of security model, please go with the open source web application security projects, especially for IoTs or for web, or why not for mobile. And make sure if you find the vulnerabilities, there are top 10 vulnerabilities. If you just work on these vulnerabilities, I think you can be one of the best security person, and you can simply being adapted by the corporate, because there they want all these things on a day-to-day basis. right? Think about the case studies like baby monitoring, camera hacks and all. So could be anything. Smart grid intrusions. One of the Jammu project in Jammu, electrical smart grid was actually compromised for certain period. So that is happening. Or probably you must have seen in some movies that this red lights being compromised, and that red light, because that is connected to the smart controller systems, and those red lights on the streets or on especially on the roads being compromised, right? And many other such projects being taken over it. You're right, Mohit. Yes, nuclear power plants, that was also, and it is a dangerous part, right? It's very, very dangerous part. So you have to think about those kind of grids and intrusions over there. That is the big challenge which is coming up on a day-to-day basis, right? IoT architecture, if I'll talk about, and defense mechanism. So you have devices. Devices are connected on the network. Networks are actually transferring the data to the cloud, and clouds being maintained by some applications on the client sides and all. So do you know, do you have a device at home? Let's say, think like this. You have a device at home and you have an application which you are accessing again at home on your mobile. Let's say you have an application to operate those devices, but your entire data transmissions are going through device to some network, obviously internet, and then data goes to their cloud server providers, and from their cloud service provider you got an app. Again, you are on internet. Actually, you are not on this track, you are on internet, and your application able to control it through their channel. Why? Let us think about, let me create a edge computing model. So we are trying to customize these you know the the layers of IoT security need to be compromised easily. What we are supposed to do, let us create an edge computing model. All the devices generate their data set and to be kept in one network. And suppose if you are on the same LAN, why unnecessary we are taking that data to the internet, and why I'm sharing that data to other organization, and even we don't know where their data center is all about. According to DPDP Act 2023, it is mandatory. That is the major concept. The Indian data should be, should be kept within the country. It should not be transferred to any third party country without the consent. But the problem is, in IoT in India, we got an app and we actually gave the consent that, okay, you please take my data, whatever you want. And through those devices, they simply enter to your private network. Why are using VPN architecture? So they enter to your private network, they capture one IP address from your network, and they can run any damn program through the firmware of like mop cleaning model, or you have any, I would say, ovens or AC. Through that channel, your entire network get compromised. They're already getting into your networks. So this is not, this is a very autonomous model. I feel like now we are supposed to make changes. This is the area of research for all of you. Please, you can add these kind of things, right? We have to change these layers, and we have to completely deploy the things in the edge computing as and when required. Then only we want to transfer that data to the cloud. Otherwise, we don't want to maintain that data from the cloud. We want to access those devices within the premises on the private network rather than taking it to the internet, right? These are the areas, these are the real problems coming up about these type of architectures. Secure devices, onboarding and identity management. So again, what about the IAM model, identity access management? Do you know how to get your device details? Anyone? Your device details, what is the default part of your device, so that I can figure out that this activity being performed from that device. So very, very commonly, I think you heard about MAC address. Everybody know about MAC address, which is actually deployed in your chipset, right? Because any network device where you have a communication, that network device carries a MAC address, and that is a unique identity of that. Come on, that MAC address is not enough, because already there is a concept of MAC spoofing. Already there is a concept of, if you have a sessions, the sessions can be hijacked. Session hijacking is a concept already there. So it's quite easy to access your details. Please try and understand. It's quite easy to spoof your identities of your gadgets. So concern is, what else we have to do apart from MAC address? Leave MAC address. Now what else you want to do? Let us try to incorporate a multiple values of your chipsets, and then you encrypt that value or make some indexed value or something like, or try to take that data over onto the network. But again, session hijacking could be the another challenge for you. So to maintain that session hijacking, we have to go through end-to-end encryption standards. Your devices which are integrating and trying to create a communication should be defined somewhere on the centralized server with their device identities. And in case if device entity is being compromised, immediately the alerts should be raised. So we want some SIM tools, that is security information and event management tools. We want SIM tools. We want some log analysis models so that we can able to identify the behavior of the devices, which is always missing. We have to think about a lot. Means why I'm saying so, because I worked with a lot of corporate, means a big corporate Sensex listed companies, or BSE or Sensex listed companies. Along with that, I have seen the massive problems. Even money is not an issue, but the gadgets from where they are all surrounded to, the capabilities of those gadgets were not enough to handle the incident response. And that is why a big infrastructure is working with huge investments is again good for nothing. It is unsecured networks. We investigated various cases, right, on it. Embedded system hardening is one of the very common things. Secure boot environment and many other embedded system hardening concepts are there. We have to take care of it. Network, then obviously, do you have a IDS, IPS firewalls, and even not firewalls? We want something very important, that is zero trust network, ZTN part. So all the devices which are connected in IoT or IIoT, that has to be zero trusted network. That has to be on that particular part. So we are not going to check every time their MAC address whether it is there or not. But what is the best practice? If any device is going to generate a data and trying to be on the network, we have to reevaluate. We have to find the way of working and the data being generated, and their patterns need to be identified. And every time, for every request, the zero trust network is to be managed and to work on it. Yeah. Is there any query? Understood what I'm talking all about? So ZTA is one of the ZTA, basically the zero trust agreements need to be created for the network devices, especially for all the IoTs. And segmentation, please create a separate segments, isolated environment for different places. Like you have a room, you have a computer science department, you have other departments, right? For every department, let us try to create a segmentation. In networks, we used to call it VLAN. Think like that, VLAN model in networks. So you have to work on those grounds. Cloud and API security. Obviously, today we are on to the AI agents, right? I was just working on one of the book, and one of my book, I wrote a book for conversational AI. And in one of the book, I have specially mentioned the security issues, because I have seen one, again, very renowned model where you need a very less code and you make your AI agent, automation AI agents being incorporated over there. So they need to connect with, let's say, Telegram or WhatsApp or third-party service provider like Google, Microsoft, or like why not OpenAI, Chat GPT, or Cloud or Gemini? For every particular connectivity, you need APIs. What about your API stored on the device is easily accessible, easily hackable? So I have shown this part that even the data being transferred on the network, we are supposed to get the director variable of API. And if we get your API, don't you think so we can access your entire cloud? And we use your credentials. You are supposed to make the payments and somebody else is using those privileges of your, suppose any chatbot or any LLM models or so. So think about the real-time challenges. What is the architecture? And these are the major issues. I think we need to reevaluate certain standards which are also mentioned. So think about how things are going on. I hope this concept is clear. Quickly, I think you all are from now AI some background. So I think you can have a very common algorithm. So I especially listed some few of the algorithms for all of you where you can do certain practicals. So AI for IoT security. What is the modern approach which is required to implement IoT security, right? And especially for IoT security, we want, because today we have all log analysis model. You can find SIM tools. Those SIM tools are not on AI. Those SIM tools are like if the incident being occurred and if you want to identify something. So it is just like post-mortem. It's like a post-mortem, right? Because things have already been done, committed. Somebody committed a crime and now you want to investigate when it was happened, why it happens. Why we are not talking about 0-day mitigation? Why don't we talk about the AI-based mitigation, which is quite possible? So the real-time next approach is AI-driven anomaly detection techniques for IoTs. I'll quickly show you anomaly detection if you want. I have some code, so I'll show you something like. You can go with the time series anomaly detection. Now, what is time series? I quickly pinpoint to this. Let's say being a human, how many times you access a website? Let's say I'll give you a one domain, your college domain, okay, a college website. So if you open your university or college website and you click on one page or some link, then you might click on other link, then you might click on other link. So the duration is, let's say 1 minute, or why not, let's say 30 seconds or 1 minute. So for a 1 minute, how many times you can click on the website? So depending upon obviously the speed, and you click anywhere, any link, any hyperlink, nested or somewhere. So you are just going to click and open. I believe you cannot go more than 10 to 20 times if you even have a very good speed to click and very good internet speed and so on within a minute. So let me assume if it is a 20 clicks within a minute. Now, do you know on IoTs and on the network devices, or especially even our servers, on the servers, I have seen 1,000, 10,000 times, 5,000 times hits within a minute from the same IP address. Can you believe that anyone can click 1,000 times hit within a minute on your website, on your mobile app, or even your IoT gadget is generating a data set for any IoT server side? Did you ever identify it like this? So the behavior, timeline based behavior and normalized detection based on time series is important. How many of you really work on that? I think that is the area where you have to explore. You think about the behavior analysis, prediction analysis, and especially for prediction for threat forecastings. So these are the next level issues where we have to deal with. Machine learnings, SVM, decision trees, random forest. So classification algorithms or decision-making algorithms are there, which is good to go with the machine learning. So we have to train our data set, and for that you can use ML model. CNN, convolutional neural networks, or LSTM, that is long short-term memory for edge behaviors. Edge, what is edge? Edge is important because in IoT we are creating we are not expecting that today this is a problem, right? Today, think about today there is a problem. All electrical companies are making their own networks and start selling their IoTs in deploying in fans, ovens, ACs, and all these home appliances companies, right? and they are trying to cater all that data and taking it on their own cloud. No, we don't want this. This is not a good practice. What we want, all these companies very soon they have to do this. Or what we want, let's say for your each premises, for each building, we have to create an edge. There must be a one edge server, and rest all IoTs generate that data and to be create controlling and management within the local premises, within the LAN. And as and when maintenance or some specific requirement is there for any particular part, that is to be controlled by remotely. So take it like on a on-call behavior instead of making a data directly to the centralized. It itself act like a DDoS for the cloud. Anytime one cloud is down, then think about 9.2 petabyte data every day, right? Everybody would be on it could be a disaster for your country. So we are into this challenge, right? Autoencoders, I think autoencoder model for anomaly detection. You can use random forest algorithms, or you can try various other good algorithms are there for use for machine learning, and approach should be related to anomaly detection. How you can mitigate DDoS attack? Do you know there is a one company called Cloudflare? Cloudflare nowadays even started giving their free packages for some of the website, and they take care for all the DDoS attacks and all. Do you know, in just last week, your Cloudflare website was down. Even though the Chat GPT, OpenAI company, they redirect their traffic through a Cloudflare, and just because of that, the Chat GPT was also down for certain period. So think about, because they are on the LLM model, they are onto the high scale data sets, and you are talking about DDoS mitigation, big challenges. We have to mitigate only these DDoS by using deep learning and machine learning, and based on that, we have to create a proper, accurate data set with high accuracy level, and then only we can able to maintain. Otherwise it is difficult to manage this. We all are going to purchase IoTs, but take my words, it is really dangerous for at least for today, because we have insecure protocols and data transmission model, and they have a different approach to transfer your data to the cloud side. So we have to make implementation on a very advanced. Okay. I know you all are somehow at home, and a very common problem is
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Am
sir.
I audible? Acha, okay. Okay. I don't know why it happens. Right. Perfect. Thank you. So I was just talking about like the devices which are actually going on, and the concern related to like your data is moving to the cloud side, which is really dangerous, and we have to mitigate it. Even though it is very, very expensive, instead of sending your data to these cloud providers, why not your mobile, like Apple Store, you probably paying to them monthly to increase the storage, or on Google, on your Gmail, probably you are paying to them for a storage, or Microsoft OneDrive model. No need to pay them. Please take my words, no need to pay them. Make your own cloud. I'll give you one very good example. If you're good on Linux, please start deploying. There is an open cloud is an application, or you can try Nextcloud is an is the one of the application which you can install it on your machine on Linux. Take any old machine, right? Any old machine, just connect a good hard disk space with that, and you can make your own cloud. So that, and you can deploy those app on your all the platforms. It is compatible to all the platforms, and make your own drive and give your username password to your family members, or even why not to others, right? So this is a big challenge. Start using in-house data and think about in-house data security rather than giving your data to every time to others onto the cloud. Very, very difficult. So in the same time, first challenge about security. Then in case if any incident being occurred, how you will manage the forensics, how we can go for the investigation, where is the evidence, how you can collect the evidence. So according to Bharatiya Sakshar Adhiniyam, section 63(4)(c) is one of the section where all the cops need to collect the section your evidences. That means very clearly mentioned, any digital gadget which generates the data set, which generates the data is admissible to the cop. So that is very clearly mentioned. But the data is to be collected in two basically format. First is the data given by the owner. So you have a different part A form, and then you have part B form of section 63(4)(c) under Bharatiya Sakshar Adhiniyam, whenever we talk about evidences. Okay, so owner need to give their device details and all the information along with the hash value. So please make sure that you must be comfortable with the hash value, MD5, SHA, and especially SHA 256 or SHA 512. Use these algorithms to identify so that your data, your evidences should not be tampered, properly being captured by the experts, right? And they'll capture that information and submit it as a primary or secondary evidence. Both are admissible to the court. No need to worry about it. But make sure one more part is there, that is from the expert. So we need a certificate sort of which has to be filled by the owner. Second part is for the expert who is going to give you the evidence. See, okay, whatever the data being collected is good in front of me. Their hash value is correct, and I'm ready to sign this that everything is being committed in front of me, or in as per my knowledge, it is the best way to generate the evidence. There is no tampering in that evidence, and submit it to the investigating officers. So we need the evidence to be collected, especially on IoT, about device level, network level, cloud level, and application level. Four major areas where we are actually lacking. We only talk about data. No, think about from which device you are capturing the data, where the data is moving, generating some data on the network. If the data is on network, if it is on real time, we need collect that information as well. If it is connected with the cloud, then you have to give your cloud username passwords to the investigating officer. See where my data stores, and the name of the application, when it was started, where it was working, for how long it was working, and how we can manage and what we can see from those applications. So we want to collect the data, especially for IoT, in 4 different levels. This is generally missing at the time of forensic science, right? So major challenges, lack of logs. We don't have logs. Heterogeneous net operating systems are missing. Even we want a new, we are already, I'm the India's one of the person. Luckily, I built a Indian operating system and I filed patent in 2011. So you can see quickly, this is a Sedulity operating system, right? I'm already onto the Sedulity operating system. It's just seems to be like your Linux, but on this machine, I used to work for all the Debian-based packages, Ubuntu-based packages. I used to work with the Red Hat packages. I want to work with the Arch Linux packages, so I can deploy these other packages also on my platform. So it is another level of operating system where we have corporate edition, hacker edition, forensics edition, developer edition, etc. So that is one of the platform where we used to work. And in my laptop always, and my entire team, we have a MOUs we signed with various universities where we have a centralized lab for Sidulity operating system, and MTech PhD students are doing research over there. And even they are getting a proper training on how to deploy, especially security related projects and forensics related projects on the operating system, and which is something with the correlation of your Linux and now Linux architectures, right? So this is the way how things are working, and we are onto this model, right? The next is again chain of custodies of IoT, because you have now lakhs of IoT devices. So how can you collect that data and in 4 different part of each IoT? Very, very difficult part, but yes, we have to focus on these areas. So steps for forensics process, that is the identification of the crime, identify the devices, target devices. We have to go for a preservation, then acquisition of that relevant data, then analysis of that data, and finally we go for reporting. So these are the major steps for any IoT or even for any forensic science, right? Very common. Even if it is related to device, then I told you about firmware extraction, memory dump, because your data is on cloud, on network, real-time analysis. So we want memory dumps. We want various other types of device forensics analysis. We have JTAG or UART or SPI analysis. So these are the various other analysis as well, where you can figure out. For network, you have a Wireshark, or you have EtherCap, you have TCP dump, UDP dump, or various other application by which you can collect PCAP analysis files. So you will get a PCAP file. Protocols like MQTT, COAP, traffic inspections, because IoT use these types of protocols where you have very, very less header and very limited data being generated. And for that's why for data transmission, we have a MQTT or COAP traffics, right? And obviously you have to go with the cloud. So access logs, tokens, you need to find tokens and APIs. And there is another concept very soon you will see, and people are working on it these days, digital twinning. How about digital twin? So if there is a digital twin, how you can segregate and check what is the concept behind both the twin data set or device twinning, etc. Because mostly in IoT, we want a replicas. So it's a digital twin models, right? So AIT for forensics, and then case, obviously for IoT forensics, we want, because huge data, so we want AI, and we want certain pattern analysis, classification, clustering, or behavior analysis, and prediction analysis to mitigate and to approach to a zero-day mitigation. So we want an ongoing model of this. Bot detection, malware, device fingerprints, many good LLM based models required, like for log summarization. That means I'm talking about AI based SIM tools. I'm talking about anomaly detection and attack reconstruction. That is what, like, in Japan, there is a concept like they are always on high alert for tsunamis and various other earthquakes sometimes and so on. Did you ever heard like their government data, their corporate data being compromised and they were unable to access? No. They are very, very, very sound in disaster recovery sites. They know in case of any attack, any natural calamities, how they are back with the least time taken model, and their systems are ready to start within fraction of even minutes or fraction of a couple of hours. And even their server, their entire infrastructure is down. Still the customers are live and they can access their data from some cloud based architecture, or the servers which are not in their country but on other from DR sites they can access. So they have already well proved plans. Their sites, their data never get compromised. Data is on cloud and various other things. So quickly, I would like to focus for all the researchers and faculties. Why don't you think about the open research problem statement? So I would like to give you some ideas. You can think about lightweight encryptions. missing for IoT. We don't want encryption, huge encryption, converting data, big data, and all that. No, think on the micro level instead of going to the macro level. Even the problem is, whatever the data size you have, we convert that data size to the macro level, or even you keep that data with the same size, but it is very difficult to manage even that data. So we are supposed to talk about lightweight encryption models, especially for IoT. So that is the area of research for all of you. Edge-based networks, so AI-based intrusion detection systems. Intrusion detection and prevention systems are required for edge-based networks. Now, if you have a blockchain of all the IoTs, what about the ZTA, that is zero trust networks, right? ZTN networks and all. Think about autonomous cyber defense system. Like if you are building, carry some attack, do you have a privately you keep some security guards for your organization, for entry gates and all? So you are doing your privately autonomous defense system, then why not in cyber defense system? So we need in-house autonomous models, and that is the area of research which is missing. Forensics awareness about IoT architecture. So think from the compliance, legal compliance, data to be there within the India. So financial compliance, legal compliance, technical compliance, data, again, confidentiality, integrity, and availability issues. So think on these areas, then talk about forensics awareness of the architecture. So we have to create a new architecture, new developed model, which are still missing, especially for IoTs, right? Some data set you can identify online. You will find a bot-IoT, or these are some common data sets which are available, or you know how to go with Kaggle, or even AI can also generate data sets for you. But at least you can try with these tools. I told about for PCAP, you can use this a Wireshark, TCP dump. A Topsy is a toolkit, or Sleuthkit is a toolkit for forensics analysis, TensorFlow. Even, do you know, these days we have NPUs or TPUs. These kind of servers are also there with us. All right, processors are there. It's not only CPU or GPU. We want TensorFlow data set. So we want a TPU, TensorFlow processing units. We want a PyTorch is one of the library by which you can use, or TensorFlow by which you can go for various other libraries, and some classes and methods are being deployed over there. Keras for anomaly detection, wonderful part, you can try. All right. So quickly, I would like to show you something live, right? Just take a look. I have some data, and let me show you something more on it. Yeah, you can see I have already some data set that is like a threat detection for working with the synthetic data generation, sentiment analysis, anomaly detection, or correlation models. So we try to collect the data, but now the data set which we are working on it, I have just given you the basic idea, but the data set which we have created, that comes from some IoT data set, which I have just recommended also. But from there, I only took any random 100 rows. So from there, we fetch that data, and we got a logs. So on the basis of those logs, we try to work on it, and we are trying to generate some results and certain basic anomaly detection and access controls, which you can see, right? Access list, so indexing, we are trying to work on the index models, and we try to create some the access logs. So basically it is a target to create like SIM tool sort of. So we try to figure out, we found some user IDs, the resources from where we pick the data, access time, see access time. Can you imagine the common, almost all common access times, access time, where you have multiple users on a different devices. So you will get these kind of things, and access hours, where access details and anomaly scores. So try to figure like things on these grounds, and you will find how you can identify what happened, if anything which is anomaly, when it happened, which device they basically created that stuff, and even using Streamlit, you can display a graphical representation of that. I'll show you what is the output of these data and all these data packets. With the Streamlit also we did the about anomaly detection. Your communication logs are there. Forensics workflow automation. So we have a code like you get a notification using email classification. So we pick the data, let's say from email. So every device, let's say generate a data and keep it on the mail. One of the model, but it is a very old model. We have now changed it to your a data in zeros and ones instead of taking mail system or other system. But why not log anomaly detection techniques? So load your data, pre-process your data, train the isolation forest model. So I'm using isolation forest and detect the anomalies over there. Use pandas library. I use sklearn dot ensemble, where you will find a library called isolation forest. Pick the data, select some range, and get some information out of it. Simulate that data and generate the results. So phishing probabilities, 95% phishing probability being identified, and anomaly detection in the logs. See, this is the very generic code which I'm showing you because we are working for some corporate organizations, and we did a proper real, kickoff projects were there for their IoTs and their data sets, and especially connected with their servers also. So we got their servers. So there are a lot of servers where we work for them and we proceed. In fact, I'm connected with some academic also sometimes, like with the MTech and BTech final year students. So luckily last time we committed a one summer training, and I would like to show you, see what we did with along with them. So okay, there we have. Yeah, you can take a look. Okay, this is a Python projects, and I have a lot of detail. Quickly, yes, you can see there I got some developed a project in summer trainings recently in the last this June. Basically in the month of June we worked on this particular part, and we hired some team. So people were on internships with us for MTech and some BTech students. We did a log analysis. We work on mobile forensics. We work on log analysis using ML. So multiple projects were there, and then we created some videos along with them. So quickly I'll show you these videos. See, this is how forensics want, forensics organization wants. So let's say there is an investigator who want to register a case. So first you give the details about your case. So first of all, the investigator need to create their IDs. They have to pass their user IDs, log in, okay, and create a user ID. Then we'll try to correlate on the back end. The data set is being validated, username, password. If you pass incorrect credentials, so you will find this error. And afterwards we get into the some basic dashboard sort of, where you have to define your case number or new cases. For forensics we want these kind of things, right? So we register a new case. The moment you create a new case, we got a folder, and under the folder we have the options to work on it. We have a various options. You can see we are working on like email analysis, SSL certificate analysis, bandwidth analysis, DNS log analysis. We are working on the hidden apps on your mobiles, permission audits, open source intelligence, file system audits, SMS phishing detectors, GPS and IPDR analyzer, port scanners, and mobile ADB scanners. So the moment you get into it, just need to upload your log files. So this is a kind of a log analyzer sort of. You just go and select your log file, upload your EML files. So we got a zip file. Obviously the data set, if it is more, let's say we can go and directly upload the zip file or a regular file as well. So you have CSV, EML, and many other extensions. And let's say we'll go for a start extraction. We have an option. You can please follow my mouse cursor. I think you can find it. So we have an option called start extraction. The moment you do this, we got the result something like this. This is what we found, some like email analysis or something on your systems. So and this is how the user got registered with their email IDs. Okay, so their details, their login, their all such information about their SPF, DKIM, and DMARC security options for emails. So further, we have to investigate. We have to find hashes. This is important. Hash 256. We are working on it, and then we went to timestamps identification, and quickly you can even analyze your PCAP files. You can see the PCAP which I have just suggested you using Wireshark or TCP dump. So get your network data from PCAP files, analyze those data, could be from any Android phone or any other device, figure out their serial numbers, figure out their domains or connected domains, public keys. See, can you imagine? Even we got some public keys also. So your API keys or tokens is quite easy to extract from your PCAP files if you know how to work with Wireshark. So it is quite easy to extract even these kind of details. The bandwidth anomalization technique. So whatever I said and I have explained you in my PPT, that is what I am showing you. See how we started working on it and we found the bandwidth and we try to pull their details and see what all the websites being accessed from particular network or from particular, let's say, router. So even we can try the bandwidth analysis or DNS log analysis from the router. So date, time, hour, minute, seconds, and what are their entropy, various other flags for the data accessing. And again, you can make it representations on some charts or hidden apps. And then, so this is just like the kind of a real collections of the data audits on JSON files, collected the data from like some JSON files, and then further you are going to present your data in some pictorial diagrams or charts or EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. So we can take it into that level. Permission audits, as I said, zero trust network, ZTA or ZTN, right? So what are the authorized devices? Identification of the devices. So identity access management, IAM model. If you want to really implement the IAM model, think about the permission audits. So which device got a permission to connect, and when they connected, when they access whatever it is, and their further details, their who is information, because the data is coming from which particular IP going to which particular network, and those audits being committed. See, so many organizations where they are collecting the data and moving your data across the networks, mostly like US people, because your applications are on US and these applications are collecting the data somewhere. Like this is the result you can find. Mostly they are collecting the data and transferring to US. This is a bad practice. According to DPDP 2023, now your data must be within the country, right? So we have a lot of various collection. Then you can present your data set accordingly and you can figure out how the things are going on. You can find the geolocation mapping facilities on map, and you can find the way how the edge or your network being performed or data transmitted or device being moving. So their location, device location, and their risk analysis and other analysis on that basis. So many more things where we worked on, and matching filters, data sets collection, targeted for each device, what all the information being generated and where it was connecting. Let's say it's on Bharti network, Airtel network, or from Bangalore, New Delhi, Noida, Gurugram, and you will find many details and their IP addresses, and these devices being identified, what they are doing, on which date, what which time. Trace route intelligence, we work on that. Are they working via VPN? So we are going for anomaly detection, VPN detection techniques, unusual country details or clean data or anonymity, time along with time series. Please add a time series with anomaly detection. That would be very important for IoT especially. So this is how you can find like the way. So all the data is going to some of the centralized place and see how the people were trying to target and get the data. means this is in-house development model. This is all in-house development model. We never use only on Python we build these kind of models. And whatever the data set you collected and you gave me your data set, I think we can do various different ways to present your data or to identify your data and the behavior analysis using AI. I think it is not difficult for you as well, but where is the security? What is the challenge for country? And are we really aware of these areas? So because there is a gap, so that gap is important, that research gap is important. And if we can able to analyze these gaps, would be great to get into the research work, because next generation is all IoT and worldwide it is required, right? So you can find the ports, data transmission via those ports, what all their ports, what are their services running, and the risk level. So we can do a port scan and their risk level, that see admin port, or like as I told you, Merari attack and all. So admin port is open and with the default username and passwords. So we can identify the severity levels, risk level or severity levels on that basis. Okay. uh, I think quite easy to get and find the application level, data level, input simulation level, or log analysis level. So try to create the categorical data, right? A raw ADB, this is for basically Android phones. How we connected and we created a Android application, and we created one MySpy app.apk for testing. So we created one MySpy app. We tried to deploy one MySpy app within the DCIM folder of your mobiles, right? And through Logcat, from the logs, we tried to figure out, and we created a shell and getting basically it's a shell of all the Android phones. So we generated a message and simply we try to reboot, and actually phone reboots, right? So main problem for IoT, how many times the IoT sensors or devices got rebooted? And is it intentionally or by some attacks? We need to analyze these kind of things, and we need to figure out how things process, then forensics reports, how to generate the reports, and then further for GPS tracking, IPDR, CDR analysis, and further investigation summary. Finally, you have to generate a complete summary report. And let's have a PDF or HTML, and finally to be deployed using that is, you can see we use a autoencoder tuning model. That is the algorithm which we use, autoencoder tuning, right? So this is how you can see on the left panel, we have an autoencoder tuning model which we have applied for anomaly threshold detection, training epochs, and encoding them values and all. So we just change the value and we got the result, see what the devices are doing and what are their behaviors. I think good to go, and I hope I have just given you some fair idea what is exactly required for your IoTs. And we got many projects, and after that we selected some projects and we are working on log analysis, simulations, so many things. Well, I think I already exhausted you a lot of time. I must wind up at this stage, and I'm open for the question answers. So in case you have any query, so please, uh, I'm open for the questions. In case if you have any query, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, over to the organization committee or some volunteers who are there. For any further details, if you really want to connect, if I can chat, I can, yes, I can also chat. So I'll share my name and number. My name is Dr. Anup Girdhar, and my number is 9811485729. You can take it from chat, right? My name is there. I, I try to enlighten at least within the short span of time, but I think we can further connect on various other grounds. And I would love to come to your college or premises if you are really willing to go for some center of excellence in terms of security or forensics, or you are trying to build some model. I think I can help you. I'm already connected to various institutions, advisory with AICTE, and I'm an advisory with the UGC for course designing committee for UGPG level or research level, or board of studies member in various universities. In case if you want similar support, so please feel free to connect. I have given my details to all of you. My name and number is 9811485729. So thank you all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you. Wonderful audience, and I would say the very interactive audience. I really appreciate if you really interact. So it is always good to. I think when Mohit is there and other people are there who are interacting. So thank you all. Thank you. And in case you have any query, please you can shoot a query. Otherwise, I have given you my contact details. You can later also you can connect. Thank you. Thank you so much for your valuable words. So many people are writing. It's indeed a pleasure uh, to associate with all of you. And thanks to be a patient listening. Over to the department. Yes, now Dr. Khan is there. Dr. Khan,
Thank,
over to you. Thank you.
thank you so much, sir. It's an excellent session, sir. Excellent demonstration. Everything is excellent, sir. Now I call to Dr. Vimi Pandey, co-coordinator of this FDP, to bind up the session.
Thank you, Javed sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Anup Girdhar sir, for delivering such an enlightening and highly impactful session on security and forensics using IoT and AI. Sir, the way you simplified advanced concepts, shared real world case studies, and explained the critical role of IoT and AI in cybersecurity has been extremely valuable for all our participants. Your clarity, expertise, and practical guidance have provided us with a powerful learning experience that will certainly help educators, researchers, and professionals enhance their capabilities. On behalf of AICT Atal Academy, Ganga College of Technology, and all the participants of this FDP, we express our heartfelt gratitude for taking the time to be with us today. Thank you once again, sir, for inspiring us and enriching this FDP with your exceptional expertise. We sincerely look forward to the privilege of inviting you again in the future. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vimi. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, now this is the end of today's session. Tomorrow we meet at 6 p.m. Thank you.